Too bad, because we're live anyways. Hey, what's up? This is Thrak. I am here today with our next group playing Paranoia, which is one of my favorite games ever. But before we get started, I wanted to give away, because I think our giveaway has timed out. It has. So I'm going to figure out who won a $25 gift certificate to the amazing Miss Devin Rue's Rue Inc. website. Picking the winner now as the magic dice roller rolls. Give me. Did it do a thing? Crafty Psych! It did! Crafty Psych! If you could DM me, because I don't know if Devin's still in chat, I will get you in contact with Devin, and we will get you a $25 gift certificate to Devin Rue. So really quickly, let me see if you're still here. You are. All right, so that's for you. Really quickly, today we are in our second game of 9 one-shots, where we have already raised $620 for Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is an amazing charity that provides micro grants to folks going through transition to do things like change all of their paperwork, which I hear can be an incredible pain in the ass, and provides a crisis line staffed by members of the trans community for members of the trans community. The reason we really love this this charity is because we can see where the money is going, and then we know it's going to do direct good for specific people. And between the microgrants and the trans line, we know that there's a real impact, and we can see where that money's going, and we love it. I don't want to talk too much more right now. I'm going to be in chat hanging out with you guys for this the next 2 games at the very least. I'll probably fall asleep sometime around 4 a.m., and that'll be awesome. But with that, I'm going to hand it over to Elle, who is running our Paranoia game, and I'm going to disappear, and you're not going to see me. So let me turn off my camera as we turn it over to Elle. It's turning off, I promise.
All right.
There it is. Okay. Ow!
Okay. Hi, I'm Elle. I'm running this game. My pronouns are Zzer. You can find me on Twitter at occasional_L. I'm going to go around and do player introductions, talk a little bit about the game, and then we'll get into it. So I'm going to go in the order that I see on my screen. So, Shauna.
Oh, hi, Shauna, she, her, playing Sirius on Twitter, Art, and I'm playing Sunny. That's pretty good. She, her, as
well. Shakespeare.
Hi, I'm Shakespeare. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Hex. You can find me at Shakespeare on Twitter or Instagram.
Speedy.
Hey, I am Speedy Doggo, playing Rook, and you can find me on Twitter and DeviantArt at Speedy Doggo.
What are your pronouns?
I am he, him.
Okay, and Rick.
I am Rick. I stream over at twitch.tv/thekittenhugs. You can find me at the same username basically everywhere. My pronouns are they, them, and today I'm playing Brando with a lot of numbers and letters after his name.
Yep. Okay, let me get my things up. Okay, so we are playing Paranoia today. Before we really get into it, just so y'all know, X card is in play. If something comes up that makes you uncomfortable, that you don't want to be in the game, you can say X card. You can put an X card in the Zoom chat or in the Discord. You can put your arms in an X. I will make sure play will stop, and we will either go back so that thing never happened. We can modify it, or we can skip forward so that it happened, but we don't go tail. Everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Paranoia sure is a game. Basically, maybe like a few thousand years ago, during the Cold War, some people came up with a computer and were like, this is a good plan. This computer will run this underground base and protect us from the communists. And it is thousands of years later, and there are still people living in that underground base, and the computer still wants to protect everybody from the communists. But it's been a while. The computer's not really great at their job and has a long list of things that they think are dangerous, like being part of a secret society, or being a mutant, or not being happy. So your goal is to complete the mission that you've been given, avoid being caught as a traitor by your fellow teammates, and to collect evidence that your other teammates are traitors. Does anybody have questions so far?
Sounds good to me.
And this is a roll under system. So a natural 1 is a critical success. A natural 20 is a critical failure. The roll 20 die rolling thing is a little bit weird, so I'm gonna have to figure out how it works on the fly because I did some test rolls and I didn't really know what to make of the numbers that I got out of it. So we'll see. Whenever somebody does a roll, we'll see how this works. Another thing that's in play is perversity. If you do something that I like, that I think is in the true spirit of paranoia, or I think is really funny, I will give you a point of perversity. Those are these red tokens over here on the right hand of the screen. You can use perversity to change the success threshold of a roll, yours or someone else's. You can spend it 1 for 1 to raise or lower a threshold of success. Since when you roll, if you have like a chutzpah scale of 8, you're trying to roll under an 8. So if you want your roll to succeed, then you can spend perversity and you can raise it up to a 9. And if it's somebody else rolling and you want them to fail, you can lower that threshold down to a 7. You can also spend more than 1 perversity at a time, and you can spend it on any roll you want to. Okay. Everyone still good?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Trying to I have physical books for this, so I'm trying to shuffle them on my lap in my very limited table space. So trying to not bump my mic stand and make everybody listen to horrible, horrible noises. Okay. So it is early in the day cycle. You have all been awoken by the typical alarm. You have had your morning food and water ration. You have taken your awake pills. And you get a mission alert. And the mission alert reads, report to room CRS 4533/Gamma immediately. Purpose of mission, classified. Nature of mission, classified. Estimated time required, classified. Briefing officer, classified. What do you do?
Boy.
Oh boy.
Heavy.
I immediately throw on my computer-approved clothing and head immediately to the room.
I do the same thing, but my buttons are done up badly.
Sunny and Ruck?
Yep, doing the same thing. Put on that smile. Good work.
Yeah.
My
I
smile
get
is
a
lopsided.
Big, huge grin going on.
Okay. So CRS 4533 Gamma is actually a few sectors away, so you have to go via trans tube. There's a little shuttle thing. It's like the worst metro station you've ever been in, like the worst public transit train that you've ever had to ride. So you get on board. There's your usual mix of citizens. There's a lot of infrared citizens there, people who are 1 clearance level lower than you. The clearance levels go from infrared to ultraviolet. Y'all are red. You got to red by turning in one of your friends as a traitor. Because that's how advancement works.
Turn them in right into the acid vat.
Yep. And there's 1 single green clearance person sitting alone in the green and higher section of the train. Everybody else is kind of crowded in like it's rush hour. It's very bad. And you're about halfway to the briefing room, and the train stops in between stations, just like in the tunnel.
It's not good.
And a bunch of green clearance security goons get on the train. They start scanning everybody's ME cards. That's like your identification card. What do you do?
I immediately just stand upright and kind of step to the side, hoping not to make myself too conspicuous, but I'm not going to hide from them.
Mhm.
That would be suspicious.
I'll comply. We'll just chill with the rest of the herd.
I fell into someone when the train stopped, so I've dropped my ME card and I'm now like bending down trying to pick up. Like, sorry, excuse. Can I lift your foot? Sorry, there, I got it.
Yep, I just take out mine, get ready to show them if they need it.
Okay. So the Green Goons start scanning people's ME cars so that they aren't finding any problems with yours. Y'all are clear. And there's one infrared citizen who starts to panic, starts to kind of like look around at all the goons and like kind of pat his pockets for his ME card. And some like pamphlets fall out that clearly have propaganda on them from what you definitely wouldn't recognize as the Secret Society of the Frankenstein Destroyers. And he just tries to bolt. But the thing is that the train doors are closed, and he immediately gets shot. And the Green Goons kind of call in a scrub bot team to clean him up, and they usher everybody else off the train except for you. You get this train to yourself.
I find the most comfortable seat and sit in it, and watching with just a blank face as they take away the body and remains of this filthy traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna stay where I am and stare at the ceiling. It's a nice ceiling. They did a good job painting this. Well done.
I'm just gonna get a respectable distance away from the mess. Just sit there and smile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find a seat and try to surreptitiously. Are the pamphlets left, or did they take those too?
Pamphlets are still there.
All right.
Would you like to make like a sleight of hand roll to not be noticed in this?
I don't want to pick one up. I just want to like look at them from where I am.
Just like
Okay.
Just kind of.
trying to read them upside down, like man.
Just sort of shooting daggers from my very comfortable seat.
I kind of like dart my eyes at them and just like I'm acting like I'm not paying attention, but I'm paying attention.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I rolling to just look at it? Because I don't want to take that and put that on my person.
A look check.
Probably sneaking. You can sell me on something else, but it's definitely somewhere in the stealth family of skills.
How about surveillance? Because I'm surveying.
Okay.
the
Yeah.
pamphlets.
Yeah. I'll buy that.
All right. This is just a D20?
You can click on your sheet. You can click the skill.
Oh, like that?
Yep. Okay. So you rolled. Okay. So the negative means that you rolled over, which means that you failed that roll. That's 3 degrees of failure. So you're trying to like get a good look at this, and you kind of fall out of your seat because the train starts to move again.
I guess this is just where I am now. I'm gonna get comfortable on the floor and act like I meant to do that.
Are there any like stains or leftovers from the dude that got shot around these pamphlets that he might fall in?
No, the scrum bot did a good job.
Very
Go scrub butt.
Scrubbot is very good at its job.
Scrubbot is your
picturing like
friend.
the little one from Wall-E, just like
Yeah. So you so the train takes a turn down a maintenance tunnel and the lights go out. You have
hey, I was enjoying that ceiling.
about a minute in darkness. Is there anything that anybody would perhaps like to do under cover of darkness while you have this opportunity? Not that anybody would do anything traitorous while nobody's looking.
No, of course not. We're
course
all
not.
loyal citizens.
I heard a friend of mine, or I heard someone got trapped by this. There's no way those cameras can't see in the dark. I'm just gonna sit still.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Yeah, be
roll over to
treasonous.
someone else's feet? Just make a nuisance of myself.
Yeah.
I'm staying where I am, looking at where the ceiling once was. Sort of.
Yep. Roll a d20. You know who you are. um, okay. All right. I have to manage many secret channels of talking here. So give me a second. There's a lot going on.
Oh boy.
Okay, I don't remember how private messaging works on Roll20, so I'm doing that in Zoom because I know how to do that in Zoom.
It's a /W space and then the name.
Okay.
Yeah. And whisper rolls for the GM are /W space GM and then your message. And if you want to roll privately, it is /GM roll and then a space and then your roll.
Or just /GR. If you like being
Or
quick.
that. If you want to be fancy and use the shortcuts, then sure.
Do you want to be a pro?
I'm not fancy, people. I'm wearing a onesie. Not fancy.
Okay. All right. I'm waiting on replies from two people for things that they are trying to do.
Hold on, sorry, Zoom chat is awkward for me because I'm using a tablet.
Okay.
Okay.
Here, I'll.
This is very good. This is very good radio as we are all silently typing to each other.
I'm using the Roll20 chat just because typing on a tablet would just I just look like I was doing this, which is awkward.
Oh my God.
All right. There's a lot of things here.
It was a really nice ceiling too. It was beige. There were no like pock marks or anything. It's wonderful.
Probably just
okay.
Yeah, it seemed like it was new. There was no like dinges or little scratches or anything like that. It was just lovely and beige, like the universe.
In the darkness, I will chance to relax a bit, fold my legs, lean back a bit, wait for the lights to turn back on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does anyone else hear that?
Okay. This is a game that I need 2 monitors for. I'm working off of a laptop screen. This is not working. Okay. Rook, you hear some people moving.
Can I tell who it is by what direction it's coming from?
Do you?
Or did I not get high enough?
No, you can definitely tell that there are people moving, but it's hard to tell who is moving, and it's impossible to tell what they're doing.
Okay.
I'm getting...
Guess I'll just lay on the floor then.
Yep. Sometimes it's good to lay on the floor.
It's relaxing. It's probably really good for my back.
Yeah. I'm having to make a handout for this. I've really only run Paranoia in person, where it's much easier to do.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sorry for tea making noises.
They're very quaint. Just my water bottle.
Yeah, everybody stay hydrated.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Square, if you check the journal tab, you should have you should be able to see a thing there. That is what you asked for.
Journal tab.
Yep,
Wait,
it's like the on Roll20, it's the newspaper thing. It's where your character sheet is.
Ah, oh, thank
and
you.
there should be a handout there for you.
Aha.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. Is there anything else people want to do? Is everybody good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, lights go back on as after all of this, lights go back on. There's some Ruck. There's some blood on you now.
Of course there
One
is.
of the things that you heard was the scrub bot moving and just kind of rubbed up against your legs and just rubbed its brushes on your pant legs.
This isn't going to do anything bad to me later on, I'm sure.
You got red on you.
I got red on me. It matches my clearance.
That's what you get for laying on the floor, I guess. I didn't think that was regulation.
Does the ceiling look nice to you from down there? I think it looks really nice.
I think I have a better view down here, actually.
And I lie down on the floor next to him and look at the ceiling. Oh. You're right.
Yeah.
The train comes to a halt and the doors open again in CRS sector. What do you do?
I get up, give a disapproving look to the two on the floor, and
I finger gun.
march out of the train with a man on a mission, as it were.
Yep. Outside, there are 4 heavily armed vulture troopers. They're flanking your briefing officer, Yuri B. OGN 4.
I get up really quickly.
He's like a big man. He's got a lot of cyborg parts. Like he has a really cool robot arm and a robot eye. It's clear that he's been through a lot. You'd think that at this point he would have been replaced by another clone, but he hasn't been.
I'm aggressively staring at his arm like,
Yeah. I stand upright and Brando-R-333-1 reporting for duty, sir. As requested.
And who are the rest of you?
I'm gonna stand on up, throw a salute in there, and say, Rick R666 reporting for duty.
still just staring at the arm. Like, oh, what? Hexar 4041. Hi.
I just maintain casual eye contact. Sunny R550T reporting.
All right, well, that's all of you. Your mission is as follows. There's a commissary here in CRS sector. It's been identified as a meeting ground for dissidents, violent thugs, members of the Death Leopard Society. You need to go to the commissary and you need to start a riot. The violent deviants will be unable to resist the thrill of a fight and they will join in. Loyal citizens will flee, follow appropriate security protocols. They will not be swept up. We will have a security team standing by. They will come in and they will quell the riot as soon as it begins. Any questions?
Sounds, well, fairly complex, but I'm sure that we'll be able to manage it.
How do you start a riot?
Well, we happen to have a few phrases that HPD and Mind Control believes will will trigger ultra-violence and deviance. Here is the list. Hot enough for you? I sure hate the computer. How's business? Let's get ready to rumble. I deride your personal value system, for it is at odds with orthodoxy. And what's happening, dude?
Looking around nervously to see if anyone's breaking out into ultraviolence, just like.
I trust that they will work. We'll keep those in mind. Thank you, sir.
Should we protect the property at all?
Of course.
Yes. Keeping that clear. Thank you.
I wouldn't wish to tread upon any of the Grand Computer's rules, but if we were to say, be a bit forthwith, we will not be judged for our actions to cause this riot, will we? As long as they are within the given parameters, I suppose.
Of course, we know that you are not traitors. You are simply acting as such so that you may do your job as the computer wishes.
Just need to make sure. Well, I think this should be easy enough, although give like a questionable glance to the two that were on the floor before. I'm sure with the lot of us that the number of us will manage.
Oh. Yeah, we will manage. This will be difficult, but instigating a riot will not be easy for me, but I will try.
Okay, Yuri B gestures to some stacked crates behind him and says, "These contain your assigned equipment and disguises as they will be needed." And he heads into the train car with the 4 vulture troopers. And the train goes back off into the tunnels.
Deep sigh of relief. Oh.
I'm gonna go right for that equipment.
All right. You get a grubby infrared jumpsuit, and you get the mandatory bonus duty equipment set for the hygiene officer. So you get some cleaning spray, you get some cleaning wipes, you've got like a nice brush, you've got this device that like takes some skin off of somebody's hand and then analyzes it to see how dirty it is.
Oh, that's lovely.
I will follow suit and grab my own supplies.
All right. You get an infrared jumpsuit and the same set of mandatory bonus duty equipment.
Oh boy. Does it come with like an apron?
Yeah.
Oh, we're stylish.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I will do the same.
Yep.
Put on that
Same.
apron.
Same thing.
Get my pockets full of cleaning supplies. My rag and my Windex out, ready to go.
Yep, same thing. Everybody gets infrared jumpsuit and the hygiene officer mandatory bonus duty equipment.
If there is a rag, I'm tying it around my neck like a neckerchief.
Yep. And you also have a sheet of paper that lists the psychological stress and deconstruction analyst ultraviolence trigger phrases.
Oh, thank God, because I did not get all those down.
All right.
I remember one.
All right, let me write them all
3
down
and then I
for
gave
you.
up.
All right. I will also make this into a handout.
All right.
Jaunty.
And
I'm gonna give Hex like a double thumbs up. Like
Disapproving glare.
all right,
Oh,
everybody
should
should be able to see.
I make eye contact with the person glaring at me and offer Hex a high five.
Boom.
Hmm.
If you lot mess this up for me, I will ensure that you pay. You know this, right?
It's
We'll
a
do our jobs.
disguise. Disguise.
No one on mandatory additional cleaning duty is going to look like that.
We're not there yet either.
But someone
Hmm.
who's going to start a riot might. Disguise.
You've got me there.
Okay, everybody can see the ultra violence phrases.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Where am I looking? Sorry,
and
still.
journal again.
Mhm.
I like how all of these are rather
Ah, yes.
simple, and then the I deride your personal
Yeah.
values. One of these things is not like the other.
One of these things just isn't the
It's very
same.
long.
This is clearly the handiwork of the computer. I don't see the problem with it. It's clearly meant to. I mean, if someone said that to you, you would clearly be upset.
Oh,
Although I
yes.
trust you would be, you would be in control enough that you would not do anything traitorous.
No, of course not.
Who, me?
Any of you. I've really got my work cut out for me this time. Well, are you all ready? We believe we have a riot to incite.
Oh boy.
Have you gotten changed into your disguises?
Yes.
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 Okay, so you head over to the CRS Sector Fun Time Good Eatery Biofueling Commissary. It's your typical commissary in Alpha Complex. It's a fetid mass of rotting cold fun shoved under tables and into air vents in a sterile environment cleaned by the regular application of caustic chemicals. It smells absolutely terrible anywhere in it that you are. The lights are way too bright. The fans suck out all of the fresh air and don't actually do anything about the smell of hot fun that's just in the vents. Most of the people in the cafeteria are infrared and red clearance, but there's a few higher clearance people here and there. So Yuri and some green goons are just down the corridor waiting for you to start the riot so that they can rush in and quell it and arrest all those traitors. They're monitoring the cameras. You can see that they're like in a side room because they have cameras up that show the inside of the cafeteria. But they're going to wait until the riot is in full swing before they step in. So you've got some time. And just inside the entrance, there is a checkpoint where your ME cards are scanned, and the people standing there make sure that you're not carrying any like bioweapons or explosives or commie propaganda, things like that.
Never. Would never even think of it.
Of course not.
Oh, I know. Last time I came through on a checkpoint, it was so bad. There was someone in front of me who had so much contraband. It took me ages to get in. I was hungry. I don't even know where he got a hammer. It was insane.
So, however, since you have the privilege of being on a mission from the computer, once your ME cards are scanned, you're waved in. So, if anybody happened to have any contraband, not that you would, it is safely within your inventories. There's about a dozen different food franchises. Most of them seem to be kind of the same. All the advertising is very garish in different neon colors. It's all impossible to read. They all have wildly conflicting offers and deals that are impossible to understand. There are about 8 franchises here. You've got Yum-E Yum, Soy Like, Cafe O Service, Chuddies, and a Loyalty Time on one end. And on the other end, you have a Soylent Red Food Stand, All Kinds of Fun, Captain Nutrients, and Ches Vat Scrape. To the left of the entrance to the commissary, you've got some food preps, some food prep centers. So there's like some big pipes for heating food. They look like they haven't been thoroughly cleaned in a while. There's seating. The center of this area is basically packed with citizens all trying to eat their food. There's a lot of arrays of screens and cameras hanging from the ceiling. Screens go back and forth between coverage of the local fun ball match. It's between sectors CRS and CRV, and official announcements of the Glories Forward March of Alpha Complex. And there are, of course, advertisements. And there are just a bunch of people around. There's one or two orange clearance. There's one green clearance guy.
I am going to start by going through the commissary because, I mean, we're in basically a cafeteria. That's kind of what you do. So is this automated or managed by a person?
It is managed by a person.
Okay.
I'm going to follow behind him and use my rag to clean anything he touches.
So, first of all, which franchise are you going to?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the options?
Yum E Yum, Soy Like, Cafe O Service, Chuddies, Loyalty Time, Soylent Red Food Stand, All Kinds of Fun, Captain Nutrients, and Ches Vat Scrape.
I am, of course, going to go through Silent Red, which is the most delicious of franchises.
All right. Please roll me 1d20.
I can do that.
And then I pick up the D20 and just clean it up.
Okay. So what do you order here at Soylent Red?
I order some Soylent Red, of course.
So the cashier gives you a big plate of Soylent Infrared and says, "Here you go, sir."
May the harmony of the cosmos be with you.
Great.
Huh?
Thank
Just,
you.
I'm just
And I will
gonna
walk off and
clean the glass like.
I will walk off and look around. I'm basically looking for a group of infrared guys, like the lowest clearance guys, just sort of sitting around. Always start from the bottom and go up, you know.
Yeah, there's like a group of red clearance people. They're over at a table. You think that they're building they're definitely playing with their food. They might be building a map of some kind, but every time you look at them for a little bit too long, one of them like dumps the entire thing into the trash can, and then another one goes up and gets new food so they can start making the map again.
I am just now aggressively cleaning the Soylent Red stand, like, oh.
Roll me hygiene, please.
Okay. Where am I? Hygiene.
Okay. So you're not making things very worse, but you are just kind of smudging the glass. It's like when you take off your glasses and you try to clean them and you put them back on and it's worse.
I'm the only one here who doesn't have glasses.
I don't know. Maybe you wear contact.
Oh my god.
Just moving the muck around like.
Yeah.
And then clean that side.
Oh man. So I'm gonna wait to see what the others do before I make a move.
Yeah. Rook, what are you doing?
Is there anyone over by the food prep area?
Let me see. Yeah, there's nobody. There's a registered mutant who's standing over there. You can tell that he's a registered mutant because his jumpsuit has a yellow armband on it, and that means that he has graciously stepped forward and told friend computer that he is a mutant, so that his mutation can be used for the good of Alpha Complex instead of hiding it like all the rest. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and like. Are those tubes like something I can clean without putting myself in danger? Because they seem slightly dangerous, and I'm kind of.
You can clean them. You can roll me a hygiene check.
Okay. I'm really bad at this.
So,
Oh,
hypothetically, you could do this without putting yourself in danger, but you start cleaning and your elbow hits the button that shoots out the food, and you just get shot in the face with some piping hot cold fun, which shouldn't be in there anyway.
I'm gonna get that off my face and lay on the
Ren,
floor to
please.
recover.
Yep.
It's real 4 hours.
Time to lie on the floor. It's good.
Hmm.
more time.
Sunny, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the Captain Nutrients and get some wonderful food from there.
All right, roll me 1d20. Okay. The line isn't moving. You're like 10 people back on the line. There's no progress in this line.
Hmm. So who's in front of me or behind me?
There's like 2 orange clearance people in front of you, and then there's about like 8 infrareds.
So I just said, do you have any idea what's happening up there? It's not.
The orange clearance guy, his name is Woodrow, looks back and says, "What? No, everything's fine."
Oh, of course it is. Waiting, it makes it much better for tasting, Maybe
Yep.
that's what it is.
Yeah, the wait is what makes this good. His companion kind of goes, "Rah."
I did
You
not
think
catch
it's the
that.
noise of a scent, but it's hard to tell.
Oh, what's happening? Dude, smile.
Rah.
Do you have any idea what your friend's saying over there?
Which says, yeah, he's saying that he is a loyal and happy citizen of Alpha Complex, and he is very happy to wait in this line.
Oh, excellent. I'm glad we're all on the same page. You as well, my friend?
Yep, we're all perfectly happy waiting in this line.
Of course. And just continue waiting in line, smiling at them, just kind of like not making eye contact with them.
Okay. Hex, what are you doing?
I have started to like climb over the sneeze guard so I can clean on the inside of it. Like, it's more efficient this way.
Yeah, the citizen who's running the Soylent Red is just like thrilled at this. He's just like, yeah, no, it's great that somebody has some initiative here in cleaning. This is fantastic.
Occasionally just like fingering a bit of the food and being like, it's really good. You should be proud. I hope you're proud. Are you proud? Are you happy?
I'm always proud. What is everybody else doing?
Brando is going to go over to that not like totally not at all suspicious group of red clearance guys and just is there an open seat?
Yes, there is.
I'm just going to sit down Hello, fellow Red Clearance members. What's happening, dude?
One
The
of
most
them just immediately.
stilted.
What is happening, dude?
Yeah.
One of them, Katya, just immediately panics and hits the tray with her arm and dumps it on the floor and says, "Oh no, I am so sorry. I have to go and clean that up." And then just gets up to go and get a mop, abandoning her two friends.
But so I look around at there's still people there, right? Or did they
Yeah.
get up and leave me? Okay. Turn toward the nearest one. Is like, how's business?
Corin says, I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
I mean, everyone has business. Your
How's-
assignment's hot enough for you?
How is your business?
I'm eating some delicious red soylent before I, well, go back and clean up the mess that my associate is making. Oh my goodness. Friend computer, please save me.
Yep, it's a great day to be in. It's a great day cycle to be in Alpha Complex. I have to get going. And they like stand up and grab their friend by the sleeve and pull them over to a different table where they sit down and get new trays.
I watch them as they leave and then start to pick at my Soylent Red.
Okay, Rook, from your position on the floor, you can see Hex, who has leaned over the sneeze guard, pulls something. What are Hex's pronouns?
They, them.
Okay, pull something out of their pocket and dump it into the vat of Soylent Red.
That sure is something I have seen. I'm gonna note that down for later.
Okay, Sunny, what are you doing?
She's just kind of like repeating like the same. She's just like, how's business? This poor man that's in front of her.
Winter's friend, Joe, is getting really agitated. Like, it's hard for him to stay still. He's like looking pretty nervously around.
So I have my basic, totally appropriate algae chips
Uh-huh.
that are not quite, and I just slowly eat them in front of him. Just very making a show of it. It's like, oh, I'm hoping it'll taste so good once it gets going, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna be waiting here for a while.
Oh, poor Joe. This is the last straw for Joe. Joe just lunges at you. He doesn't seem to be going for the chips exactly. He's more like going for your head.
I'll let me see, what are my
If you like
things?
to dodge, you can.
Let me see. What can I do here?
Got a big list of skills.
You know, legal thing. I will
Agility would be if you want to get out of the way. You can also.
You know what? I will let it happen for the good of the computer.
All right. What damage does this guy do? This is like. Let me see. Let me flip through this gigantic source book and see what the damage thing is, because I forgot to review that, despite the fact that y'all are starting a riot.
I'm just like I'm mechanically just saying like the going through some of the phrases like I deride your personal values. It is odd odds with my orthodoxy while this thing is going at while he is going after me. Like
Oh my god.
it looks bizarre.
Yep. Let's see. This is.
I'm like upside down over the sneeze guard, just like I gotta get all in the corners. That's where the gems are, in the corners. Everything has to be pristine, clean.
Yep. Okay. I am going to character sheet combat. I am marking you as wounded. You've kind of gotten. He kind of like lunges at you and knocks you down to the floor, and you are a little bit out of it now because your head hit the floor, and
Mhm.
also he's like scrabbling at your skull, and everybody sees this happen.
I'm just shrieking as loud as I can.
Yeah.
I sit and
goes-
watch it happen
Woodrow
and
goes,
eat another spoonful of Soylent Red.
yeah.
I'm
Woodrow
like
goes,
watching
"No!"
upside down through the sneeze guard, like what? Okay, that's a thing.
I like scoot as if I'm going to get up and do something, and then I just decide it's too much work to get up off the floor.
Woodrow was like trying to pull Joe off, but Joe was way stronger than he is, and it's very intent.
Wait, hold on. Can I is the food that hit me in the face that's still next to me, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Can I throw that at Joe?
Yep. That's a thrown weapon.
can I take a
Ooh.
handful of Soylent Red and like try and like throw it backwards over?
So
Yep. Thrown.
projectile weapons, or what am I looking at?
Let me see. Is it different between. This is a thrown weapon.
Oh. This is not going to end well for me. I'm gonna do it anyway, because you know what? Rook's bad at things.
Oh my god.
How do you do weapons? Because I want to throw some Soylent Red.
Okay, on your character sheet under violence.
Okay, which is under which tab?
Uh,
Maybe under skills. Ah, there we go. Found it.
Yeah.
Okay, so thrown weapons.
well,
Back up.
We're so good.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're good at
that's a-
things.
it's a -6 and a -7. So, so Rook, you miss entirely. You miss your aim entirely, and instead you hit Brando just in the chest.
I'm not sorry.
With what
And
again?
with
Did I get you
with cold fun that has been superheated. It's cold off some now, but it was once very hot, and now it's kind of re-solidifying, and it's very gross.
I take the rag and start to clean it off in clumps. Just sort of putting it on the ground for a cleanup bot to take care of later. Or actually, I guess I'll have to keep up with it. I throw it on my plate. I'm just gonna start stacking it up on there.
And Hex, when you throw it, you get some in your mouth.
Bad throw. Bad throw.
Did our best.
How far is the registered mutant away from me?
Oh.
He's like gone and sat down. He's like maybe 15 feet away.
I'm gonna just try and push this person that attacked me into them.
All right, that's unarmed combat.
All right.
I have now fallen on the floor and I'm just staring at the ceiling going,
Oh my. This is gonna go incredibly well.
It's real floor hours.
Oh, that's
That is the
Um,
worst.
Wow.
oh.
Our worst enemy is ourselves.
Yeah. At some point, will someone roll like a positive number? Or
Somebody has. Oh,
when?
Just not in the commissary.
yeah, just on the commissary. Paranoia is a game where things go wrong and then they just kind of keep going wrong.
I think I like this. This is great.
Sounds like my life.
I'm just lying there and I've
Ah.
started just doing this with my arms, like, ooh.
Okay. I'm trying to do this in order. So, Sunny, you were trying to throw Joe off.
Yep.
He just gets your arm in his mouth and
Mhm.
bites down hard.
No. That's my good arm.
Gotta taste better than fun.
Oh no.
And then immediately after that, you see Joe get hit in the head with a chapstick. And you can see Brando's nose is bleeding.
I take that I take that rag and just, oh god, I've got that cold fun everywhere. Superheated cold fun everywhere.
Rick, what are you doing?
That's a good question. I'm going to can I roll up and like activate the tube again to get more of this hot bullshit?
Yep, you sure
All right.
can.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you
And-
just like, how much of this hot bullshit do you want?
I wanna take my rag and I wanna like fill it up,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna, you know what, we're here to cause chaos, so
Yep.
that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to throw it into, I'm gonna take this hot stuff, I'm gonna take this rag of hot bullshit, and I'm going to, this is a bad idea.
No, it's good. Good.
Can I weasel it into being a projectile? Because now I feel like probably not.
Let me see. What's the actual description of projectile versus thrown?
Please be nice to me so I can make this really stupid pun.
Okay. A thrown weapon is hitting someone with a grenade, brick, or rock. Projectiles hitting someone with an aimed weapon that uses ammunition.
Is my hot bullshit ammunition?
Are you throwing the rag with the hot bullshit in it, or are you just flinging the hot bullshit?
I'm flinging the rag with a.
Okay, that's thrown.
That's thrown. Okay, what I have to do to make it a projectile?
You would have to use it like a slingshot or
Can I
like a
do that?
sling and just fling it.
That's
using-
probably a better idea in general, because then I can use the rag.
So you can do that and that'll be a projectile.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. And as I fling it into like the biggest crowd I see, I'm going to scream, "Hot enough for you?"
All right. Roll me projectile.
Please work. No. You know, I don't think it matters at this point. As long as I throw it somehow.
Okay. So you hit somebody who has like he's kind of, he looks like somebody in the info vids who like barges into the commie mutant hideout with guns blazing.
Oh boy.
And defeats the communists single-handedly, and you hit him in the face with this. And he turns around with his laser pistol out and says, "Who did that?"
I'm gonna hide my rag and whistle.
Okay, that's I keep putting the book that has all the actual mechanical stuff down. That's like concealment.
If I were smarter, I'd be playing to my strengths, but I am.
No, this is how paranoia kind of works. Is you just kind of do things. Hey,
Well,
Hey,
you got a 5. That's 5 degrees of success. You
Yay.
absolutely succeed. Rag is hidden. He doesn't know who it is. He's just indiscriminately threatening everybody. It looks suspicious.
She's going to send Jeffy along with Rizé. Rizzy?
Nice.
Rizzy. Okay.
I mean, I'll take Rizé.
Rizé.
How do
I
you
set
do
anyone
secret?
I
off
like
for screaming,
Rosé.
by the way.
It just comes down. I like a good Rizé.
Wait, how do you do
Right.
secret GM rolls again?
That's what the noble
forward
kobolds
slash
call me.
/GM roll
Or GR.
or GR, and then you, put the roll after that.
Okay.
You also get
Like a space and then like one
Once
d20 or whatever you
per
want.
encounter the ability to use
Right.
shocking grasp.
Waiting to see if
The way
something's
this
gonna
must
happen.
work is you have to rub your hands really quick on your body, and then you go. It's called sheeping
I love
grass.
you,
One of the
Rock.
tables erupts in flames.
I don't know if love is the
In
word
fact,
for
it's the
it
table
right now.
that the group of
Love
red
that.
clearance plotting people are at just erupts in flames, and all of them scream.
Is there any clear source of this fire?
No.
Oh, look around suspiciously. And then yell, "Hot enough for you?"
I just shout up, "What's happening, dudes?" I feel floaty.
I am going to stand up now that I've got some of that piping hot mess off of me, and go over and like take my tray and try to put out the fire. But in the course of this, I am getting food all over them, just sort of flailing, just like beating the fire with the tray. And you've got piping hot fun and Soylent Red just flying everywhere all over, especially on to the plotting red clearance members.
Yeah. The one who got up at the beginning, Katya, who like knocked her tray over and immediately left, has like gotten up again and is like, "This day is just, it's been a lot. This has been a long day. Like, this is the last thing that I need."
What's happening, dude?
The table's, you're getting food on me. This is,
I'm trying to put out the fire.
the table's on fire.
I'm trying to put out the fire. You just stand there and don't help?
This has been a lot.
I deride your personal value system, for it is at odds with the orthodoxy.
I deride your personal value system.
What did you just say to me? No, never mind. It's fine. Just help me put out this fire. Don't just sit there. It's your table that's set on fire.
This is the people's
Don't-
table.
I mean, the
I-
people's table.
I'm lying on my back on the ground and I'm just starting to like scoot myself with my feet, like scoot myself along the line to get to the next stand. Whatever stand is next to Soylent Red. I'm just like backstroking across the floor.
Am I making any progress on this fire?
Yeah, you're making a little bit of progress on the fire, except that the hot fun is also flammable.
Of course it is.
Now that there's like a fire and shouting, a few citizens are taking this opportunity to go and like rip the high pressure pipes in the ceiling apart. So now there's food spraying everywhere. The rugged guy who Rook hit with their slingshot has taken cover behind the counter in Cafe Au Service, and is just like occasionally ducking out to fire his laser pistol, and mostly he's just hitting the walls.
I'm gonna give up
feel
and
like I
just
did
throw my. I'm gonna give up and throw my tray into the fire. I'll take care of it. It's fine.
Can I like scoot on my back under the stand he's behind, the action guy, and just pop out and be like, moisten towelette? Ding! Like popping out from under a car, like, hello.
Like, what are you doing? Go out there and stop that riot.
You look like you could use a lemony moistened towelette. You've got a little something.
No, I don't.
Well, then your face gives that impression. And I just like rip one and start like dabbing at his face. It's like, see, isn't that nice? Moist.
Sunny, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and run away from Joe and just try and just knock as many people over in the process, just like get as many people in the way.
Okay. This is a violence check.
Oh yeah.
Either agility or unarmed combat, depending on how you're going about this.
Okay. Definitely don't want unarmed combat. That went so well last time. All right, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's a success. Yeah, you managed to like kind of throw Joe off. Joe goes stumbling back into Woodrow, who has been completely ineffectual in all of this. Your arm is kind of bleeding. Your rubby infrared jumpsuit is torn, and you've like kind of like shoulder check some people as you run by them, and you see that the doors are being barricaded to keep everybody inside.
Barricaded by whom?
So you see Yuri B's squad and his associated vulture troopers. And you also see people from the Armed Forces Riot Suppression Unit. And y'all know that that if it's a violent but undirected civil disturbance, then the armed forces can go in. But if it's a deliberate attempt by traitors to do insurrection, then it's Yuri B's jurisdiction. And you can tell this because one of the armed forces people gets a megaphone and says, "Is this a riot or an insurrection?"
I'm going to sit down back at where I was before, just flaming hot fun all around me. This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
And
I'm still trying to clean Arnold Schwarzenegger's face with a moist towelette, just like.
This person's name is Guy. It says his given name is Guy. Okay. I'm gonna go down the list again of what people are doing. Rook, what are you doing?
How's the mutant that was nearby me doing?
Stressed. He's sparking a little bit, occasionally igniting small piles of hot fun.
Oh.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to note those, and that's more ammo. I'm gonna like roll over to him and be like, I'm gonna finger guns and say, hey, how's business there?
Like, what are you, a traitor? And like, there's more sparks. His hair is standing on end.
Why wouldn't you? Those are some very strong words. And I'm gonna like scoot away and like take some of the flaming hot stuff and go to fling it into the crowd again.
Okay. Sunny?
After hearing the officers, I am going to actually take out my bullhorn and just like, it's a riot. As loudly as possible.
Okay. So, since it's a riot, that means that it is a violent but undirected civil disturbance and the armed forces gets jurisdiction. And they run in and they start arresting people, including all of you.
Oh.
Hamish is cleaning his face. Clean people are happy people.
Are you going quietly and peacefully or doing something else?
Physically, I'm going peacefully, not quietly. I'm just like, I was cleaning him. Look at him, he's filthy.
As they come up to me, I'm going to point to I forgot her name.
Katya.
Yeah, I'm gonna point at Katya and like, I'm actually here to infiltrate those lot over there. They've been planning something. This could very well be an insurrection plotted by them.
And Green Goon says, and this was an insurrection. You would have said that it was an insurrection. Instead, you said it was a riot. So it's a riot.
I didn't say anything. This is an insurrection.
Not anymore. It's not.
I sigh and just hold my hands up to be cuffed, and then probably get shoved to the table. And anyway.
Okay. That leaves Rook.
I'm not going to resist, but I'm not going to make it easy on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get up off the floor.
Okay. And Sunny.
Sunny's just gonna go quietly.
Okay. Now I have to look at the treason chart to see what you get charged with.
Oh boy.
It's like Christmas.
Yep.
Punishment Center. Yay.
Joy.
The Krampus is here.
Nope. This is for the wrong. Okay, let me see.
All right,
Where's
notes on treason?
all right, so let's see. That's fine. That's fine.
It's all fine. All hail computer.
Where is the okay, so y'all have assaulted some lower clearance citizens of equal clearance and a citizen of higher clearance.
I was just cleaning.
Let me see. Where is damage steps for for treason? Where are the treason damage steps?
Take a look, it's in a book.
Take a look, it's in a book. Reading Rainbow. This is unauthorized destruction of higher clearance property. This is threatening the physical safety of a lower clearance citizen.
With a moistened towelette? A lemony
See.
moistened towelette.
All of you get fined 200 credits
Oh.
Hmm.
for damage. And once you have been fined, you get given back over to Yuri B. So, actually, I'd like to see how you explain this riot to the armed forces. They do sit you down as a group instead of doing this one by one. They say, how do you explain your involvement in the events today?
Is Yuri in iShop?
No. No, this is
I-
armed forces jurisdiction.
Someone told us to?
And who would that have been?
This guy
Yuri
called Yuri.
B UBN 4?
And you say, a likely story.
It's exactly what happened.
Can you check this?
That man just snapped and attacked
We were
me.
doing the good work of the computer.
I did my best to escape. I got
I was
injured.
trying to-
Clearly, he bit me.
I was just cleaning things and people.
People are things.
I was just trying to enjoy my
True.
lunch.
Yes, you Brando, you're all right.
Thank you.
Why would you be put on a computer sanctioned mission to destroy Alpha Complex property?
Reasons.
You got any specifics there?
Do you guys not talk to Yuri?
What
Do
what
you
is this guy's clearance?
This guy is green clearance.
Okay.
Is that below or above Yuri?
I think
It's
Yuri
Roy
was-
G. Biv, so below. It's one step below.
I'm afraid that it is above your head,
Classified.
classified.
Let's see. There's a check in here somewhere. See. This is like intimidation almost. This is definitely a management skill.
Mm.
Spin me on something other than intimidation.
What is Moxie?
Moxie. So there's a fine line between Moxie and chutzpah. Let me see what it is.
What is chutzpah
What is-
also?
Chutzpah is getting others to accept doubtful statements through confident assertion, bluffing, and unmitigated gall.
I think that's what I'm attempting to
Yeah.
do.
Moxie is streetwise smart's canny assessment of a person's situation or statement. Also, you are no longer underwater. You're fine.
Yay! Yes.
Yeah, I think this is intimidation or chutzpah, depending on whether you're being more unmitigated gall or more buff.
I think I'm going with unmitigated gall, since I'm going between we were told to do this and I was just cleaning and making no implication that I'm lying either way. Just like, these are my two reasons. They contradict, but I'm going with them. So do I roll I can't say that word.
It's chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Do I roll chutzpah then?
Yes.
Okay. Come on.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Whoa!
Negative 12.
Oof.
That's mean. These dice are
Oh.
mean.
Oh,
They're
no.
digital, but they're mean.
I mean, They don't believe y'all. They don't believe any of you.
Oh, even me. I got bit. I got attacked by that jump.
You bit.
No, they really Hex just kind of ruined things for everyone.
Thanks.
So you all
I'm
do
going-
get fined your 200 credits.
Shame.
Yeah, it's so after this interrogation, Yuri B, now again accompanied by his guards, collects you from armed forces and takes you into an unused storage room. It's kind of dark. It's like there are some empty crates in here. There's nowhere to sit. And he says, "You did well in that mission, but your mission is not yet complete. You have to report to Myron B. RDS3. He's a bureaucrat in PLC. He's in charge of an inquiry into the events in the CDR cafeteria. And he is also under suspicion of being involved with some sort of conspiracy to defraud CPU credit allocations to the sector. So, your job is to report on this inquiry and give evidence. Make yourselves out to be heroic defenders of PLC property, clever, bold, creative, morally flexible. Basically, pretend to be an accomplice and then betray him."
What was
would
his
say
name
that's a-
again?
Myron B. RDS3.
Okie dokie.
I would say that sounds easy enough, but it did not seem that our last mission went that well.
You
did our
did
best.
cause a riot.
No.
I suppose we did accomplish that. I keep hitting buttons and accidentally rolling skills. Please, everything I roll, just ignore, please. Ugh.
Ignore this negative 13.
Yeah,
Oh,
ignore that
wow.
negative 13. It's fine. Just gotta take my hand off the computer or off the mouse. So, infiltrate, pretend to be an ally of his, and then betray him.
Yes. Well, collect information and give it back to us.
True.
Okie
Fair
dokie.
enough. Try not to wipe everything down this time, please.
I was in disguise as a cleaner. I was cleaning.
I mean, weren't you
We're
the one
doing
that
the
hit me
job.
with that the piping hot fun? At least
I'm
there
just pointing at everyone else like them.
there shouldn't be much food to be thrown.
Like I'm pointing at Yuri as well, like them.
Or he's like, you know, it wasn't me.
It
I
certainly
don't
wasn't me.
know. I was cleaning and starting.
I was
riot.
also
That's
cleaning.
what I was doing.
I don't have any questions other than, can I get a change of clothes, please?
Yeah.
Moisten towelette.
Can I get this treated afterwards? I did this in line of duty.
Just
like,
poking
gently
him
show
in
my
the
arm.
face with the moistened towelette, like.
Brando, you can change back into your red jumpsuit. You are done pretending to be an infrared drone.
Thank goodness for that apron.
Did that even help?
No, it didn't. That fun just goes through everything. It's so sticky and yet so fluid. It's everywhere.
It's
Delicious.
yummy. The yummy taste of obedience.
You
Okay.
seem like you're dissatisfied with it, unfortunately.
I prefer Soylent Red. there's just something about it that speaks to me.
There's a good saying that if you have nothing good to say, don't say it. Enjoy what you have.
And I had Soylent Red. I didn't want the fun.
But it's so fun.
Yes, it is. Okay, changed my normal clothes. Yeah.
Okay. Sunny, you can uncheck wounded.
All right. Cool.
You're still bleeding a little bit, but it's wrapped up.
I'm making it look to be more painful than it actually is. It wasn't that painful, but I'm using it as much as I can.
Moisten towelette.
I'm good.
Are you just keeping those?
Yes, they're useful. And
They do seem very useful.
Are they
they're so
regulation
clean. Yes.
to keep?
Lemony. Moisten towelettes.
Oh, lemony. Are those regulation as well? I
Yes.
thought regular ones were regulation.
No. Lemony. Lemony. It's good,
Alright.
clean fun, but not that kind of fun, the other kind of fun.
The kind of fun we want.
The fun that removes fun.
A clean person is a happy person.
Oh, I can agree on that.
Okay. So Yuri B tells you to go over to meet with Myron B over at the PLC official inquiry into the unruly behavior and ensuing damage to PLC property at CDR Sector Commissary.
All right.
I will take the front of the group as always.
Yes, I will be third in line with this.
I'll walk.
I'm right behind Brando. Like slightly too close behind him. Like,
Okay.
I just sighing the whole way there.
You tired? All the sighing.
No, I am more than ready to serve friend computer and whatever.
I think
goal
he
is
had
for
too much Silent Red.
Or someone didn't take his happy pill this morning.
I did take my happy pill this morning. Trust me that I did.
Then those sighs would go away then, if you're super happy. I smile at him.
I will be happier once we are actually on mission and are at our location. Traveling is an unfortunate requirement of
Traveling is good for motor functions and building up muscles. Being sedentary is bad and unhealthy.
You've got fun in your hair.
I take a moist towelette from you and start wiping out my hair.
Clean. Regulation clean. Great. The best.
Okay. So you head over to the PLC official inquiry into the unruly behavior and ensuing damage to PLC property at CDR Sector Commissary. This is in a large briefing room. It's got some plastic seats and a lot of paperwork. All the plastic seats, if you were sat down in a chair and you're like, this was not designed for a human, this is the worst to sit in, they are all like that.
Cool.
I miss my chair from the train.
There are
I sit on the floor.
I sit in a chair.
In the chair.
Floor is always better.
There are 3 bureaucrats. There's Myron B, there's Sandra B, and there's Winston V. And Sandra B says, "Why are you sitting on the floor?"
So I can look up to you.
It's really good. Diversity. It's so good.
Oh,
really good.
damn.
University for
Wow.
that.
Yay!
Uh,
Now, if I moved onto the floor, that would be seen as a faux pas.
oh,
Goodness.
this has cards in it. I know it has cards in it. I put them in. Whatever. Mark down that you have perversity on your sheet.
I have, yes.
Uh,
I've written it down.
they've got there are view screens behind them that are endlessly playing footage of the riot. There are a bunch of clerks in the room, and also there is Guy G, who
Oh,
Hex was trying to clean. There's the cafeteria supervisor, Frank Y, and there's Katya R.
Oh no.
Hmm.
oh
Cool.
boy.
What's Guy's clearance level again? Sorry, I heard Guy and
G.
G.
He was dressed up in a red clearance disguise earlier.
Fuck.
Cool.
And
Oh.
Is Katya the same?
Yeah, Katya is the same. Katya is still a red clearance.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I hope we all have good stats in bootlicking.
No.
Oh no.
Not particularly.
Oh no.
Wait, is high good or is low good? Sorry.
High is good.
No.
It's okay. We can just suffer together.
This is fine. I can get by on Moxie, right?
So, so the main conflict here is that they're trying that basically everything that was broken or damaged in the riot has been photographed and itemized. You can see that there are large stacks of photographs of every broken spork and floor tile, each of them meticulously labeled. And they're trying to determine whether whether the damage was caused by normal wear and tear, in which case PLC is responsible for it, or whether it was damaged in the riot, in which case HPD and mind control is blamed. Now, Myron B is working for PLC. Sandra B is working for HPD and mind control.
Mr. Clean? Is he ever? Do we know why he's here?
Which Guy G?
Yeah.
He's an internal security agent.
Oh, excellent. Oh no.
Ah.
That doesn't sound good.
I pissed off a cop. Okay.
You sure did.
I'm now just sitting on the floor like, like what do you call them? Kindergartner, just going like, I'm ready to listen.
Mhm.
Set up straight.
Innocence face, like
I've got a stoic look on my face, but I'm sweating bullets.
Ricketts,
Just sopping with sweat.
Sunny's just smiling as much as she can.
Rick, how are you? How are you feeling, Rick?
I'm feeling like I belong on this floor.
This floor is yours now.
I'm
Yeah.
at the floor.
Maybe they won't look at me if I'm just down here.
So Sandra B spreads out a pile of photographs, like they're a deck of cards, and
Mhm.
says, "Do you see all of these?" And they're each a photograph of they're each photographs of different broken sporks. They're all plastic sporks.
Mm.
They all look pretty much the same.
Oh, how
I
unfortunate.
can maybe see like this much of the desk from where I'm sat on the floor, so I kind of go, no, I don't.
Well, you might be able to if you were sitting in a chair like everybody else.
Do you want me to sit in a chair?
I would.
Okay. And I get up and I sit in a chair. Like, I see them now. They are dirty. Very dirty.
Now, please explain to me how these were broken.
I do not know. I was busy freshening up this gentleman.
Agent Guy just glares at you.
Lemony moistened towelette?
He like, you can tell that he's trying very hard to remember all of his anger management techniques.
No? Okay, I'll save one for you.
Do any of the rest of you have an explanation for these, or else we'll have to assume that they were damaged in normal wear and tear, and of course PLC will then be responsible for replacing it. And Myron B says, of course these were broken in the riot. Look at them. Does anybody
I'm
have
really sorry. What things are on display right now?
Okay. You've got about 20 different pictures of broken sporks. They are each broken in different ways. They are all labeled 1 to 24.
Are they taken like in situ, like crime scene photos, or have they been put on like a table and taken photos of?
No, they're in situ.
Have they got food on them? Are they used sporks or are they unused sporks?
Some of them are used, some of them are unused. It's about half and half.
Okay.
One of them is on fire.
Still, it's still on fire.
Well, it was a photo.
Okay.
I point at the sporks that have food on them, and I say, "This looks like wear and tear because they've been used." And I point at the ones that don't have food on them.
I wouldn't be
and
so
go,
quick to say that.
These weren't used. That's no wear. And then I point at the one that's got fire on it and be like, "This I don't know about. I didn't know sporks could do that. I won't be using one again."
Tables could do that too, apparently.
And Sandra says, yes, we do have a note about table 5. We believe it was set on fire. And she like takes off another photograph and turns it around so you can see it. And it's just like this table 5. It's on fire. It's covered in hot fun, which is also on fire.
Does it have me in the frame trying to beat out the fire with a tray?
Yeah. Oh, it has you in the frame. And Katya says, well, I know. What pronouns does Brando use?
He, him.
Okay. Well, I know that he was adding to the fire. He was putting hot fun on it, and that was making the fire worse.
That's not very clean.
It wasn't very clean.
No.
In my defense, I did think that you were a traitor and you were being incredibly suspicious.
Why would you think that I am being a traitor? I, Katya R., loyal citizen of Alpha Complex, innocent bystander to this riot.
I believe if you look back through some of the footage, you should see this one here with a group of other Red Clearance members, or perhaps in disguise as well, doing some sort of plotting. Although, if they were in line with Friend Computer's guidelines, then I am sadly mistaken, and I'm sorry for interfering with your work. I only hope that you are keep that in mind when looking over this information.
Sandra B like marks this off as like kind of sighs, as Marlon marks this off as being caused by the riot instead of normal wear and tear. She brings up the next item on the list, which is 128 plastic lunch trays. And for this, she looks to Rook, because these trays were blasted with the superheated hot fun. And some of them are melted.
I sort of like blink I'm like, yes.
Now, was this wear and tear? Was this caused by the riot?
I would say someone made a very drastic mistake with the food preparation tubes.
And was that caused by the riot, or is that caused by normal wear and tear of the tubes themselves?
Have you looked at those lately? They are not doing very good.
Oh, I think the computer does adequate maintenance. Why would you question it? It will be fixed when it's fixed. Am I correct?
I was trying to fix it, and then it didn't work so well. I
And
would say
Sandra's,
that they need more proper maintenance.
yeah, and Sandra looks at Myron B and says, "See, this citizen agrees with me that you are not on top of the maintenance protocols." Myron says, "How dare you? How dare you assume that I'm not on top of my maintenance protocols? I do so much work for this sector." They start arguing again.
Although I may say it may be due to unauthorized maintenance by some citizen. And I look directly at Rook.
I was acting under orders. So, is it not the duty of a loyal citizen to try and fix problems he sees?
Are the
5%.
photos on the table in order, by the way, of their numbers?
Sorry, what did you say?
I asked if the photos on the table were in order, like their little labeled numbers. Are they in numerical order?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm gonna start like putting them in Fibonacci sequence numbers, just like do do do.
Guy G says, "This is clearly a sign of common mutant traitorism."
No, it just makes more sense this way. Because look, this way, all of the broken ones line up. You can see from best damage to worst damage. So I think this clearly indicates it wasn't wear and tear. This is a conspiracy.
If there is an extra seat next to me, I'm going to shift one seat away from
Yep. There's an extra seat. You can shift over.
Brando still just sweating bullets. Just soaking wet.
Yes. So now Sandra turns to
I'm just
you,
making
Brando,
up my own little conspiracy here.
and says, "The life-size model of Captain Nutrients, last seen at the service counter of the same name, he has been beheaded." And you can see they actually do have Captain Nutrients here. She like takes him out from under the table and puts him down.
The actual Captain Nutrients.
No, the model, the life-size model of Captain.
That's unfortunate. I love Captain Nutrient.
Does she put it down on top of the photos I'm trying to arrange?
She does.
I like tugging at the photo that's underneath him, like.
Says, "Brando, how do you explain this?"
I'm not sure. I was not witness to the decapitation.
And Guy says, "A likely story."
It is, because that's what happened.
"How are we to believe that you didn't yourself decapitate him?"
How would I have done that?
"With your hands? Your communist mutant hands?"
I was nowhere near Captain Nutrient.
And Katya begrudgingly says, "He is right. He was over by the table that was on fire." And Guy also glares at her.
I once again apologize if I interfered with any higher clearance mission.
I'm just going to start cleaning Captain Nutrient with a moistened towelette.
How many of those do you have?
A lot.
I'd like to provide Hex with any moistened towelettes I may have also kept.
Okay. You
I
have.
don't know how many I've used by this point. I'm gonna say it's like 6
Uh,
or 7.
Well, Rook has 19
think-
extra. So
Oh, forever.
Okay.
Yay, enabling.
now Sandra turns to you, Sunny, and says, 12,000 gallons of Omni sauce, flavor 4. Everyone's favorite flavor were spilled during this riot. However, was this a cause of the riot itself or the barrels not being properly maintained?
I would hate to judge on the quality of the maintenance. So I was not there. I did not see it. But it might be the riot. I did not see it.
Well, you have to come down one way or the other. Was it the riot or wasn't it?
Hmm. Maybe it was that dreadful Joe that did that. I don't know. Maybe it was him.
Joe?
Yes. The citizen that attacked me and bit
And-
me. That does not seem healthy.
Moisten tell it.
I am good.
Okay.
Perhaps he needs some sort of valuation. Maybe did not seem right.
Sandra looks over at Frank Y, the cafeteria supervisor, and says, "Are you familiar with this Joe?" And Frank Y says, No, of course not. I've never seen him before in my life. However, in the screens behind you and the screens in front of you, you can clearly see the riot footage of Joe lunging at you.
Mhm. It was terrifying. Something is
Just
wrong with that
pointing at the
dog.
screen like
Now it's almost time for our break, and I would like to end us on a little bit of a cliffhanger when we go to break. So, as the end of our inquiry, and you are ordered to report to Myron B's office for a private debriefing. Because you did say
"Grr."
that most of the damage was caused by the riot and not by normal wear and tear, which he is a huge fan of because it means that it's not his job. He sits you all down in front of his desk, and he holds up a plastic spork in one hand and he says, "Consider the humble spork."
Is it a
It is-
clean spork?
It is
Okay.
clean. He says, "Now, these sectors, CRS and the ones around here, have been supplied by complex utensils that has been making sporks for many years. But if the contract is taken by a competitor, then, my position will be assured, and the contract is up for bidding in a few day cycles, and it would be great if my company, Spork Supply, was able to take it." And if you help me win this, I will share the profits with you. And he takes out another spork from his desk. And this one is clearly in much worse shape. Part of it is kind of like a greenish blue. It seems like little bits of it are flaking off. And he says, "This is the biggest breakthrough in spork technology since the development of the fourth time. And this first spork, that cost 0.001 credits to produce. This spork costs nothing at all. Think of the savings. This difference is the ultimate advantage of Spork Supply."
Just cradling a moistened towelette to the side of my face, like, oh no.
Now, if we're going to win this contract, we are going to have to convince the PLC purchasers that these sporks are better than the complex utensil sporks. So, I need you to come up with an advertising scheme. Any questions?
A lot, but I don't know how to put them into words.
So many, but nothing relevant.
I'm good.
Rick?
Do we get a budget for this?
No. You get no budget for the advertising.
Okay.
He hands you he hands you like a tub of these spork supply sporks. And a few things are clear. 5 of them. In fact, spork supply sporks don't work as sporks. They crumble when you pick them up. The mold growing on them might be poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
Sporks are provided for free, and therefore it makes no difference to the average clone how much the sporks actually cost. No one likes sporks. And it's up to you to come up with a little vid show or some kind of other advertising campaign that will spin these as a positive. And
All right then.
Okie dokie.
Those all seem positive. I think we can work with that.
and since it's almost 6 p.m., we should go to our break now.
All right.
I'm waiting for Throck to come back.
Oh.
Here.
Rock. There we go.
Like, okay, no one on the stream can hear me yet, but we're going to go right to break, and I'm going to transition to let these wonderful human beings trapped in a corporate hell do their best to get an ad campaign going. So we're going to go to break right now, and I'm going to start. I'm going to do the transition and turn off my desktop audio so y'all can go do what you need to do, and transition over to the Be Right Back screen where you guys still see me, because we are now going to start our new giveaway, which is going to be for a set of dice from Tabletop Loot. Another set of dice from Tabletop Loot. They have kindly donated 9 sets of dice to us. So what I would like you to do, once the magical robot says to do so, is type !hot fun into, or I'm sorry, I think it's cold fun. Where's my giveaway? Yeah, !cold fun into chat in order to win another set of dice from Tabletop Loot. The reason we're running the stream today, and I'll get out of your face in a second and let the break happen, but the reason we're running the stream today is to support Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is an amazing charity that provides micro grants to folks going through a transition and a peer-staffed crisis line. We at Welcome to the Party are dedicated to inclusion, openness, and education in role-playing, and that is why we thought a charity that we could really point at the amazingness of what they're doing and like, here is how this is making a difference in actual people's lives would be such a great first charity for us to support. We've been around for about 6 months, and this is our first major charity drive. And we are, in large part, an LGBT community, an LGBT and ally community, and so we thought this would be an amazing way to kind of kick off our charity work. So with that, you've got 9 minutes and 3 seconds to sign up with an !cold fun to get yourself in on the dice, and please donate. Because we really want to go big for these guys. We have an aspirational goal of $5,000 if we can make that by the end of midnight. We have a bunch of amazing shows coming up, and this has been hilarious so far. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm going to hop off the stream. You're going to listen to some fun music for a little while, and our team's going to go take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and I'll be here for just a minute to draw the winner of our tabletop loot dice set. Drum roll from anyone who would like to do a drum roll as I click pick winner. There it is, and the winner is Captain J. Cross. This thing is clearly rigged. Go ahead and DM me, or you have me on Discord. Go ahead and Discord me your address. I will get it down in the big spreadsheet of doom. And then WinRAR is you. And I will get you out a shiny new set of tabletop loot dice, all in celebration of our 36-hour 9 one-shot trans Lifeline charity stream. I'm going to give it back to the team now and shut myself up once I get to the right thing here. And there goes my face, and here goes my mic.
Hi, the rock threw it back just as I was like trying to drink water to get down my pizza crust that I eat for dinner. All right, let me get my books back up.
Oh, oof.
Oh.
Oof.
That's fine.
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 It's fine. Everything's fine.
Pay no attention to the person behind the curtain. Everything is okay.
Everything is absolutely okay.
Friend computer says it's okay, so it's okay.
Okay, so when we last left our intrepid troubleshooters, they had to come up with an ad campaign that would convince people that spork supply sporks are superior to the complex utensil sporks, despite the fact that spork supply sporks don't work as sporks. Nobody likes sporks anyway. Spork supply sporks crumble when you pick them up. The mold on them might be poisonous, and sporks are provided for free, so the cost of them doesn't actually matter to your average citizen.
Hmm.
Do we have to advertise these as sporks?
That's a technique you can try.
Can we
Yeah.
advertise them as a spice?
Oh.
I keep hitting the wrong button. And just get that
No.
absolute most critical of failures
Oh,
under the table.
dang.
Yeah.
Are we?
Ooh.
Yeah, like spork flavoring, except not
Mm.
spork because nobody likes spork, but like
It's a utensil
Hmm.
that flavors your food, which is already delicious.
yeah.
Are we trying to convince the leadership or convince the people?
Convince the
projects-
people.
Ah.
You're going to be
Hmm.
focus testing this.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
do they taste like? If I lick one of these, what does it taste like?
Have you ever accidentally put a piece of moldy bread in your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's got a kick. It's got a kick. It
Uh-huh.
tastes clean because it tastes like bleach.
Mhm.
Maybe it cleans your teeth and freshens your breath.
You don't have to worry about throwing it away. Walking to the garbage can to throw it away. Don't have to worry about
They should
infraction. It goes away.
Biodegradable. You just eat it and it's gone. It's healthy.
It sure is something, at least.
It'll probably help you lose weight because you'll throw up.
Mhm.
Everyone wants to lose weight, even those who don't.
Oh
need
yes,
to.
diet sporks. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
yeah, this is Spork Zero, we'll call it.
Mhm.
No, you don't want to call it sporks because they don't like sporks. So
Don't
if it's like a spice spork, it can be sporce or spurk. No, that's taken. Sporce is good.
Or not Spork.
Mm.
No, wait, that's damn.
It's a wellness stick.
Use the spores.
Uh,
Do people know what Star Wars is in this universe?
Probably not. The Cold
illegal.
War was before
No.
is that some contraband media
Oh,
we're hearing
Oh.
references to?
We could appeal to all the edgy folks with referencing contraband media.
You could
The
call it
sporks were cool.
Spurk. Like, that's not taken. Like,
That was just how my brain went.
y'all don't know.
Wait, when was that? Was that no? That was after the Cold War, because the Cold War was the 40s or the 30s.
No, the cold.
That
the
was
cold-
50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's why it was revolutionary that Chekhov was in the group, because he was Russian.
Then we could definitely use Spurk, because some people will know what it means. Put Spurk in your mouth. This will work wonders. Yeah, this will do well.
Donate money.
Oh my god.
That's good.
Are you not entertained?
Let's go with that. Let's go with yes. Let's just.
We could go with the angle that those who don't use it could easily be seen as traitors.
Oh yes, ostracize.
But yeah.
Yes.
Ostracize those who don't.
Use these to do sporks, or else.
Or else, you're some sort of mutant or communist if you don't use this.
Yes, because these spurks or whatever are going to save the PLC department money, and that money will go to protecting you.
Yes.
If you don't want us to save money and use it well, then you're a commie bastard.
I don't
yes.
even think you would have to say that it protects you. I would just have a proper loyal citizen should just hear that, oh, it's saving a department money,
Yes.
and that should be enough.
Anything that benefits the great computer. And
Yes, but some people are stupid. We must make allowances for them until they get, found out and destroyed, obviously.
Also, it sounds cooler and we can have a better
use it
tagline.
too.
we have to, because if we only the smart people get poisoned by these sporks, it's real bad.
Yes, obviously the spurks, spores, things are covered. They are designed to root out traitors. Only traitors will have an adverse reaction to eating them.
That may label more people than we wish as traitors.
No. If you die, you're a traitor.
Can I consume one of these sporks and see how long it takes for me to get sick?
Oh.
I will listen.
You
to the
sure
defense.
can, please.
Sunny will take notes.
I will
Note
listen
his-
eagerly
notes
to
the
the
reaction.
defense of anyone who dies from eating this spork. If they can tell me they're not a traitor, I'll believe them.
What am I rolling?
My God.
Wetware
Oh.
or medical?
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Okay, I don't have any
Wow.
bonuses anywhere, so like.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
dead am I? Am I losing a clone already?
No. Yeah. So Rook just eats one of these sporks,
Mhm.
and there is mold on it, but it was also originally plastic. So you just ate plastic and a mold. And you're okay for about 3 minutes. And then you start to turn different colors, and then you fall over and you are dead. Please mark off one clone.
Traitor!
Yes.
The
We
spork
made that
killed him.
up.
Traitor!
Yes.
That doesn't make it untrue, traitor.
That is also true.
Yes.
Just because you make something up doesn't mean it's untrue.
Yes. I mean.
Okay.
I'm gonna. So is the guy still here that
No.
signed this? No.
Now, guy's gone.
Okay.
Can I just push what remains of Rook into the corner? Just away,
Yeah,
put chairs in front of it.
Well, a scrub bot comes by to clean up the remains and just kind of runs into the chairs and can't get around them and just kind of keeps running into the chairs.
No.
I just moved one of the chairs back. It's like, go on.
Yep, the bot peeps a little "Pidoo," as thanks.
Oh.
I want to keep it. I'm
You're
just
not
watching
allowed-
I'm
You're
just watching
not
this
allowed to
robot.
cheat.
I'm ignoring everything else. Just like, yay,
No.
cleanliness.
The clean bots will get ample work, I'm guessing, from this. Just watch it, just drag.
Yeah, it just drags this little scrubbing hands, just kind of drag them out of the room.
So, quick acting is something, I guess.
Yes, it sure does root out traitors quickly. Although it's not. I'm not really clear why he ate an entire spoon or
I'm-
entire spork.
I'm
I
Who
mean, the
knows
point-
the mind of a traitor?
I'm hoping once it disintegrates, it's less potent.
Well, as you can see, I pick up one of the sporks and just like collapses in my hand.
Mhm.
Then I pick up another that managed to stay solid for a little bit. Well, I mean, you're not supposed to eat the sporks.
We
You're
should
supposed to
ask Rook
eat with
once
the sporks.
they come back what it tasted like. Maybe it's like, yeah, maybe it's a seasoning. It's like a seasoning thing that you just sprinkle on.
Yeah, you just,
Self-seasoning.
it's spice. It's spark.
We should
Yeah.
probably include a warning that you should not actually eat the spork.
No, you gotta crumble it first.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's
so cube.
working as intended. Yes, it's crumbles.
Yeah, Brooke, you come back in now that your body has your first clone's body has been removed.
Oh,
You're back in. You still have all the stuff from your first clone. That stuff transfers.
Okay, cool.
Why do I get the image of them like accosting the boss and just be like, no, I need my stuff. Taking all the stuff. She's like, yep, this is mine.
I passed the scrubber bot in the hallway and I just looted my own dead body.
Just-
Good.
oh. Mm.
Anyway, hi everyone, I'm not dead.
How did it taste? We were
Not good.
wondering. What would you describe it as?
I would say artisanal death.
Artisanal is a good word.
That is.
Yeah.
It takes notes. It's like artisanal.
So I think we need to decide on what we're going to go with. We have a lot of ideas, none of which we've written down,
Mhm.
but we should pick one or a few. Oh, this is. I would rather be starting another riot, honestly. This is quite stressful. Mostly because,
Would you now?
Hmm.
well, not a riot. I'm
Interesting.
just going to shut my mouth.
Hmm. Commiserate with some of your commissary friends again.
Friends,
Seem rather chummy with them.
the ones that I thought were traitors.
That is your word.
Or do you mean the one that served me Soylent Red and then attacked you?
The quote unquote traitors.
Well, they weren't traitors, it turns out. They were of a higher clearance.
Hmm.
Clearly, they were
Whoa.
doing some mission or another. It's not in our stead to be questioning people of higher clearances.
Of course not.
She was the same clearance.
No, she was in disguise, and she was a bureaucrat.
No,
No,
she
Kat-
was,
Katya was red.
no,
Ah,
Katya was red.
hmm. I don't know what to say, but I can just say that whatever suspicions you might have are totally unfounded. And you should focus on the task at hand instead of questioning your ally and current companion.
Hmm. I mean, as the computer says, always be vigilant.
Indeed.
But these wonderful devices here. What do you think is the way to go?
I'm gonna just like really gently try and clean the mold off one of the sporks with a moistened towel. Just like like conservation of art, gently, just like
Yeah, you. I'm not even gonna make you roll because this is
Oh no.
you keep cleaning off mold and you just keep cleaning off more mold and then the spork is gone.
So these are mold sporks.
I'm just like holding the moistened towel, like.
Maybe we can
I
do.
think it ate a spork.
Oh my god.
Well, maybe we should let Brooke decide. He did die for this cause, after all.
Mhm.
What do you think is the best path forward, Rook?
Oh. I can't. I have a kind of out there idea if we want to explore a very out there idea.
I'm not
But
sure if I like this like you implying some radical thoughts here.
Yes.
Rook.
Out
this-
there means nothing. In there is everything.
Yes. Is this regulation thought, or is it not regulation thought?
I'm sure it is given the evidence. Because if I died eating this spork and this stuff, what the sporks are made of is going to get into the food, can we trust that Myron himself is not a traitor trying to destroy our society by killing off a large number of the population?
I don't approve of thinking outside the box, but that is a good question.
I think even from inside the box, that's a good question.
It is.
Fair enough.
Because we are supposed to be investigating him.
Yes, we were offered
for what?
quite a bit of money for this, quote unquote.
And if we report him, we don't have to advertise these shitty sporks.
So when you came back in, was there anyone watching this room that you know of?
You didn't notice anyone.
And I roll surveillance to try and
Yeah.
be certain of that.
Mm-hmm. No one was watching you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can I look around and see if there's anything that was recording, or is this
That would also be surveillance.
okay? Jesus, no, we have no evidence.
Oh, you see the normal like Alpha Complex like cameras and microphones and stuff.
Mm.
You know, the normal stuff, watching your every move and
Yes.
sound.
Big Brother
Probably
is
smell as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it will be our word against his if that comes up and he outranks us.
That is true.
But we were asked to check him out by someone of equal rank to him.
Also, if we can bring in some of these sporks as evidence without them crumbling into nothing, we do have some physical evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Can we
clearly,
get a toxicology report on my dead body?
It's probably in an acid vat.
Yeah, we have to like
now.
track it down from that clean
God.
bot that just took it.
Should I go try and sprint down the hallway to try and get my body?
Fight
You
the
can-
clean bot.
I'm gonna take out my Funbot logo mug and just like gently try and put a couple of the sporks in it without them disintegrating.
You managed to get like one of them in there without it disintegrating.
Just like scoop it up.
why don't we just pick up the box and take the box?
That would also work.
Take it.
That's
Where?
too smart.
Or should we entrap?
It's holding my mug like. I'll keep hold of this one.
Okay. So Rick, you were leaving to try and get to your body.
I feel like it might be useful.
Okay. So you leave and you see Yuri B in the hallway.
Oh.
Cool.
And he says, "So, how is your mission going?"
Pretty good. They're gonna have more data for you. I need to go get you more evidence. And I'm gonna like slide. Ask him to go pursue my body.
Okay. Oh God. What is it to track your body through the labyrinthine Alpha complex body disposal system?
I like how this went from advertised sporks to track down a corpse.
Just see
Yeah.
See what happens to bodies.
Hmm. You know what? Roll me a d20. This is access.
Oh,
We've never
boy.
heard from Rick again.
Which is a stat that I know what yours is and you do not. That's good. Yeah, you know where your body went, which is very convenient. The body
Yay.
itself isn't actually convenient to you. Let me see. Where is your body? It's in this part of this book is where your body's going. So this is it actually works out really well.
This
Okay.
It's in the underplex. So below alpha complex, there's a second alpha complex, and your body is down there.
Oh boy. So I guess that's where I'm going.
Okay. So are you you're just abandoning the rest of your team to go and track down your own body?
We did tell him to pursue it if he thought it was a good idea. So
I feel like an autopsy report from my own corpse would be pretty useful because
Okay.
it would prove that the mold does kill people.
We've said
What
that
are-
incriminating if he's done something illegal.
So how heavy is this box of sporks?
You
Which is
can-
a sentence I never thought I would ever say.
it's like maybe as heavy as like a mid-sized textbook.
Okay.
Oh, those are light
I've
sports.
still got my mug with my one spork in it.
And a bunch of disintegrated ones.
Yeah, just like some grit at the bottom and then this one spork, and I'm just like holding it with both hands like
Where are you going with these?
Where are we going?
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick up the box of sporks and head out. And do I see Yuri there?
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm following.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm following. Yeah.
Shoot. Hello.
Hello. How is your mission going?
We got evidence.
You have evidence.
He has more than me.
Believe that this person might be trying to poison Alpha Complex on a wide scale. And also being undertaking some corporate subterfuge, which I'm not sure is illegal or not, but I will leave that to friend computer to decide.
Yes.
Do you have written proof of this?
Well, he did.
Not yet.
No, we don't.
No, but if you would just look at these sporks and see what this person wants the people of Alpha Complex to use, think that maybe at least a start.
If you want to convince Yuri B to end this investigation here, you're going to have to roll something.
Damn, I've gotten away with not doing that most of this game.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like looking past Yuri to try and see where Rook went. Like,
yeah, maybe
go.
bootlicking.
Oh, bootlicking.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's roll it.
Oh, that's a -2. It's 2 degrees of failure. My Yuri says, I appreciate the work that you've been doing, but I need written evidence of what my Iron Bee is doing.
I'm gonna just try and like sidle past Yuri to follow Rook.
Would Rook's deceased body be some sort of evidence?
Oh, well, that is a good point.
Yes.
I believe
Sidling faster.
Come join me.
Yes. I believe it's on
Holding
its
my
way to wherever
spork
the
in a
bodies
cup.
go. When the clean boss took it, it's there. I don't know where it went.
Yes, our
Let's follow the bot. I like the bot.
our associate Rook ate one of these sporks, and wow, that sounds really dumb now that I think of it. Yes,
did.
he ate the spork and it killed
He
him.
ate one.
He ate one.
Yes, he ate a whole spork.
We were
Mhm.
trying to figure out if they'd be best as seasoning rather than utensil.
It did kill him quite quickly. It only took a few minutes.
And we have lost track of the current rook. You don't know where it went. Where he went.
He went after to find evidence.
I'm still like sidling down the corridor after Rook.
Perhaps we should go help him.
Yeah.
Should we go help him? Is that regulation appropriate?
And Yuri kind of sighs and says, if you're going to be collecting evidence, that's fine.
Okay.
Actually, I just had a thought. What if we were to get a toxicology reports on the sporks themselves? Have a perhaps someone with a bit of higher clearance and specialization take a look at them.
Do you want my spork?
Yuri
I try not to shake it too hard because
Don't
it's
shake.
all gonna fall apart in the box. I'm
just
like,
agitating it.
I have plenty, thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah,
Yuri, do you want my spork?
Yuri picks up the spork out of the mug and it falls apart in his hand.
The mug's got spork dust in it. You can have my mug.
Yuri takes the mug and says, I'll see if I can run this through some kind of toxicology, but it might take like a day cycle to get the results back.
He didn't actually give us a time limit on when he wanted this advertising campaign.
No.
Mm-mm.
We're brainstorming. The creative process takes a long time.
Okay, so
You find the body.
all right. So Rook, I'm just gonna say that we're an elevator to the underplex is because I think this is hilarious. So I'm just gonna let you do this. And you're waiting for the elevator to arrive. You've been waiting for the elevator to arrive for 5 minutes.
Can we catch up with him in that time?
Yep.
Yay! Did you press the button?
Still got the sporks with me.
Are you still the current one? Or did something
I would
happen?
hope so.
Okay, good.
Did you
Oh,
press
wait,
the
I
button?
can't
You've got to
actually
press
be
the
sure.
button for the elevator to.
Did I? I'm gonna smack it a few more times just in case.
Gently! Just
We don't have time for gently. I need to collect.
gently is how you get results.
Okay.
I am
It takes about-
impatient. I press the button again.
Well, impatience never got anyone anywhere, okay? Be gentle.
I make direct eye contact with Hex and slam the elevator button.
The elevator dings and the doors open. This elevator
That means nothing.
I saunter backwards in there.
I'll walk in.
I turn around and go backwards in as well. If that's what we're doing.
I offer Hex a high five.
I will walk into the elevator, sporks in arms. I guess this is my responsibility now.
Spork baby!
Sport carrier.
And as red
Brandon,
clearance,
I
are we even allowed to use this elevator?
I don't.
Well,
do
too late
not
now.
Don't know.
Press the button before they.
Are there
get out.
any like color signs on the elevator to tell us?
there was one, but it's rusted. So now it's red.
Hey, we're good.
Hey!
Red. It's good enough for me. And you are not the first to enter it, so there's a little bit of
Fair
leeway there.
enough. Fair enough.
You were the
I
second,
can
though.
be an accomplice instead of, or I can be privy to traitorous behavior instead of taking part of it directly.
I'm good with
Your
being a
words,
hostage.
not mine.
So you've all seen the image of the of the flyer in the elevator that says the clunk in the elevator will not harm you. This is the kind of elevator that was written for.
Mm.
Oh.
about every 10 minutes, there's a clunk and the elevator jerks down like a few inches more than it's supposed to.
The
It's-
the
Well,
sporks
I
are
died
fine.
once
Are
before.
the sporks fine? Are the sporks not getting agitated? Hopefully.
Is this like a cardboard box that I can close?
It's like a plastic tub.
Oh,
no.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna like sink down and sit on the floor, and then like lean forward and just hold on to the ground,
So if
like
you
sitting like crisscross, and then just leaning forward and just clinging.
so if you roll me agility and you pass, I will say that no sporks get destroyed in this process.
Hey, I'm
Oh, that's
really
all
good
you,
at
Brando.
agility.
Oh, thank God. Thanks, that's
I
Oh.
say,
That's a-
Oh.
Can we assist?
You I'm actually I'm giving everybody a perversity point for going on this wild journey, so you can spend your perversity point to make that a success.
okay, I will. So I don't have to do anything. I'll
I
just
mean,
Nope.
add it and gone.
I mean, we don't know what
Yeah.
happens if these things go airborne inside a confined area, so we don't want this to happen.
I imagine they're going to be a lot like the spores from The Last of Us.
Uh,
You're all just going to turn into mushroom
Is-
zombies.
Good.
So is Brando the only one who used his brand new perversity point? Just so I know I've got however many. Did we all get a perversity point, or was it just
Yes.
Brando?
Everybody just got one. So
So as we're
Brando
going
is-
down and the sporks just start floating up out of the plastic bin, I'm just like, oh, please, no, stay in, please.
Does it not have a lid? Like
No.
No, it's just a
Okay.
plastic tub.
Can we throw? Do we have jackets on?
you have jumpsuits.
So no, nothing we can.
What am
throw
I
over
wearing
it.
underneath the jumpsuit?
You have an undershirt underneath the jumpsuit and
Well,
like, underwear.
Once I have stopped them from just flying out of the tub, I'm going to like lean forward and press them against my chest, probably during this jumpsuit as well.
Yep.
No, I got you. I'm going to unzip my jumpsuit and I'm going to take off my undershirt and I'm going to put the undershirt over it so it doesn't fall out.
Okay, take it off. Probably got like mold and crumbled spork all over me.
Mhm.
But at least it's covered now.
Yeah, you
I'm
can see
still
Sunny.
just hanging onto the floor.
Sunny's just like leaning against the wall, just like you just tell that she just took like an inhale, just like holding her breath and just looking at this
You like turning red.
Everything is okay.
a little
Don't
bit.
worry about
Who is this new person? Somebody
is
just
this new
joined this
person?
call.
Whoa!
it. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
I think someone. Hello.
Huh?
Okay,
I don't think they were supposed to be here.
it's fine.
Yeah.
So someone report them to friend computer.
Computer. It was overseer.
Think someone clicked the link in the chat because it's
Oh,
visible
yeah.
to everybody.
Okay.
Just, no.
So the
Thanks
elevator.
for joining us, stranger. It was real.
So
I
the
can feel the presence of friend computer all around us now.
Yes.
the elevator clunks to a halt and the doors slowly creak open. And now I wasn't planning to be running this section, so now I have to draw some tiny bit of a map here.
I'm so sorry for my bullshit.
It's great. This is my favorite part of this adventure. We weren't going to get to it.
Oh.
So this is where you are right now, this box.
Okay.
Okay.
The door outside so there's a sign on the door out, which is here, that says air exchange number 322, do not open if exterior radiation is greater than 200.
So
I'm
what
going to
is the
assume
exterior
that-
radiation?
Yeah.
Can we
What?
see that?
Yeah.
Anyone got a Geiger counter?
No.
I don't think we have clearance for that.
Does it feel irradiated to you? Like you know how people could feel like if it's gonna rain or not? Does it feel like it's irradiated?
Does it feel warm?
Well, I feel nauseous and there's like a horrible feeling in the pit of my gut, but I think that was from the elevator ride.
Also, maybe the spores. Maybe the
I'm
spores. from
still on the
spores.
Probably
ground.
Also,
spores.
maybe the spores that are all over me. I hope these aren't like skin soluble toxins.
I guess we'll find out at a certain point.
Yeah, I suppose
I'm just
I
on the
will.
ground like.
And then
I
we can
feel
use your
like my
body as
legs
evidence,
are leaving
too.
circulation. Like,
You know what? We should have just had you eat another one and had this clone.
he might
Have
not
been
have
tested.
died.
Probably
With new
would have.
clones. Probably would have. These things are very toxic.
But
But
now
we're
we can
here
have
now.
this. Now we can have this wonderful adventure with each other, with our wonderful new friends.
Those are some
I'm gonna,
dangerous
like-
thoughts you're having, Rook.
Friends.
I'm gonna crawl over to the door and just like put my hand on it and be like, huh.
It is not warm. It is not warm to the touch.
It is not hot enough for me.
Well, I can't say whether or not there's radiation in here or not.
Let's open the door then.
All right. So you open the door and you see another short corridor, and the door on the other end is open. And you look down this corridor and it seems endless in both directions. However,
We don't.
there's a lot of doors lining both sides. One of them has a do not enter sign on it that has mostly rusted and fallen off.
That means it has no more authority.
Is there any sign of a body being dragged
Yeah,
one way
they're
or
like-
through here?
No, but you know that the body
Probably
that the way the bodies get disposed is probably not through this way, that there's probably a tube system that feeds down into here.
Endless corridor, and all I'm hearing is, don't go that way. If you went that way, you go straight to that castle. Oh, sorry. Labyrinth. I love that movie.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna look at I'm gonna go up to a door with the undershirt covered sporks still in my hands, and go up to a door that does not say "Do not enter" and peek through. I suppose.
Okay.
Kinda
Inside.
hold the sporks under one arm.
All
Yeah.
right. So inside you see a dusty and abandoned briefing room. There's a monitor in one end that's playing part of an old recording, but the disc is super scratched. So it keeps playing the same few seconds of a video on repeat. And it's like a stern-faced man in a uniform saying, remain vigilant, maintain security, and keep your survival gear ready, over and over again.
Survival.
I want to try and go through the do not enter door.
Okay.
I'm gonna join Hex.
I will.
I hear you go for the door and like I can't do anything to stop it. I've got these sporks under my arm.
Just think
Is the
about it.
hand is
Stop
the
us.
handle very rusty?
The handle is a little bit rusty, but not very.
Do
Can I
our
nudge the
jumpsuits
sign
come with
away?
gloves?
So you open the door, and inside there are lots of large crates. Let me draw this on the map. Whoop. It's up here. Another big room. Exit over here.
I want to try and open the first crate I come to.
All right. There's a bunch of engine components in there.
Mm.
Do I know what they are or do?
You
could
can
be
roll
used
me
for?
some kind of probably mechanics type thing.
Electronic engineering?
Yeah, sure. Electronic
Yay!
engineering.
Yes!
Oh,
Finally, a positive number.
Nice.
Yeah, these look like they might be parts to a nuclear reactor.
Do they feel warm?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to move to the next crate. I'm just looting now.
Yeah, so as you're going through this crate, where is everybody else?
Go ahead.
Oh, good, good.
No, whatever I do is dependent on what you do. So
I just look at Hex just opening up these boxes, and I look around. I look around that we're not maybe not supposed to hear. I take out these chips and just start eating them. I'm like, she just
I'm standing in
slouches.
the doorway and just, what are you doing?
They smell of like guacamole and cheese. It's like, we're treasonous anyways. I'm just gonna enjoy it.
What do you mean we're treasonous?
We're not supposed to be here.
I'm looking for a body. I don't know what you are doing.
We are not here. We're dead either way. I'm gonna enjoy it.
It's not in this crate, and I go to the next crate.
And then I take a handful of the chips and just like wipe it on like Brando's like shirt. It's like, you're with me
I
now.
look around and go. I look around at Brando and go, "Can I borrow your hammer? This is really difficult, and I'm getting splinters."
I don't have a hammer.
Come on, my hands hurt. We're already down here.
We're already.
Ugh.
We're in it.
We're in it now.
Who's
It's only
there?
us now.
Take the sports and almost go to set them down hard and then gently set them down.
Just
Because I don't know what kind of mess they'd make. And I will reach into my pack and pull out a hammer and just sigh and hand it over. If this gets out, you're all going down with me.
Thank you.
All of you,
And I
every
start
single
opening
one
the
of you.
crates faster.
She takes out another bag of chips.
I'm gonna go down the hallway a bit more and like, is there a role I can do to like try and figure out which direction I should be going?
Sniff after your body, like that's my deodorant.
God, there's no orienteering role, which is a shame.
You know what? Oh boy.
Let's see. Like it might be outdoor life, like figuring how to get through an unfamiliar place.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's like a few wetware ones I can see, but they're all the same stats, so I'm not even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think data search would ever apply here.
No, you need to get a computer console for that.
Yeah, are there any computers here?
No.
Damn.
Now this is the underplex. Oh, that's
Underplex is-
minus 14.
Oh no.
I don't know where I'm
Oh.
going.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
Run
no,
right
you-
into a wall.
You pretty much know we're underground, and that's it.
Yeah. No, you know we're underground. And that's it. Any one of these doors could be the door to where your body is.
I'm just gonna start opening them then.
All right. One opens to a spiral staircase going up.
Probably not it.
We don't go up anymore.
We can just
One-
live down here
We
like
just live
rats
down
now.
here.
We're just mole people now.
One opens to an office.
Oh
There's a
shit!
bunch
What's
of-
in the office?
A bunch of yellowing papers and 3-ring binders. There's a corpse sitting at at one of the desks, dressed in a
Oh.
uniform that looks like a really old version of the jumpsuit that you're wearing. This corpse is not you. It's a
Aw,
different
dang.
corpse.
No.
Different body.
Is it like a squishy corpse, a desiccated corpse, or is this like a skeleton in a suit?
This is a skeleton in a jumpsuit, Fallout style.
Oh, my
no.
god.
Oh
Okay,
no.
first of all, okay, I'm going to take the skull.
Okay. Yep. Put that down. Write that down in your inventory sheet.
What do I put that under?
Wow, just
Ah,
Oh,
I feel like that's treasonous.
yeah.
we
Yeah.
are too late.
probably.
Actually, no, I'm gonna be less obvious and just take a finger bone.
You know,
Okay.
Benny doesn't care anymore.
You watching me do this?
Yeah. With my eating my treasonous guacamole chips.
I'm still
Okay,
rooting
okay, I'm
through
gonna-
I'm still
I'm gonna
rooting
take
through the
the
crates
hand
with
of
my
the snake
treasonous
and I'm gonna-
hammer. Well, his
gonna
treasonous
Yeah,
hammer.
your treasonous hammer now.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah.
shrug. I'm like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Hey,
that's fine. It's not like I've got B3 or anything. It's fine. I'll have the hammer.
Okay, so Rick and Sunny are just looking through doors.
Society has evolved
is there
in like
anything
minutes.
on the papers? Are any of them legible?
They just look like really boring accounts.
Oh. Is there a garbage can?
Yes.
I'm gonna put a bunch of papers in the garbage can and I'm gonna take that with me.
All right.
On cleanup duty, huh?
Have I found anything of note in the crates? Because I'm opening them all.
Not in the crates, but behind you, you see a small robot. And they say, let me see.
Oh.
Hello,
Hello.
I have some questions.
I might have answers.
Doomed. We're so done.
What is the meaning of existence?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Do I have true purpose in this life?
I can check that for you.
This is a test from Friend Computer.
I have orders, but I do not know if those are my purpose in this life. My orders are to not leave this room and not let anyone else go past you. But who is anyone else? Do we have distinct selves?
I don't, but you might.
How's Brandon dealing with this?
Who? Sorry?
How are you dealing with this?
I'm just like, I'm freaking out. Like everything's going just wrong. We're in a wrong place. It just there's what are you?
I am a
What-
chasm unit.
Have I ever heard of that?
No.
Okay. That's
Explain chasm unit.
Confined hostile area security measure.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
This sentence is false. I don't know. Paradoxes seem to work on robots sometimes. That's what I'm going with.
What is the true meaning of false?
Incorrect or untrue?
not
What-
true.
What makes something not true?
When
What
it's
is
false.
is there objective truth?
No.
And I just
Maybe?
sit down and put my head on the ground again.
I
Just start humming quietly, like meditating.
Listen,
Just like hum.
I'm gonna call you Kaz. We don't have answers to your questions. We're just here looking for something. Do you know where the body disposal area is?
I don't know if anything outside of this room exists.
It probably doesn't from the floor.
I don't know if you exist. I don't know if any of this exists.
I mean, that is the question, but
That's
not
heavy.
really pertinent to what's happening right now. Do you know of? Oh no, you don't know of anything in this. Do you know anything in this room that could help us find the body disposal area?
No.
Well, thank you for your help.
Do you want to leave this room?
I'm not allowed to leave this room.
Why not?
Wait, Sunny, are you with Rick opening doors or are you in this
I
conversation?
wandered back. I think I've wandered back.
I wandered back with Sunny.
Yeah.
Just
No.
walk in and I'm like on the ground,
I
like
like
kowtowing to a
she
robot.
kind of doesn't want to go too far on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Survival now.
I just roll over onto my back, so I'm just lying on the floor looking up at the robot, like, upside down, like, hey.
So what
Put my trash
put you
on the
here?
floor.
What assigns you this mission?
I was
Detailed.
told to not leave this room and to not let anyone get past me.
By whom?
By the people who put my brain in this body.
Oh, oh
Uh,
no.
That was a few hours ago. If
Few
time
hours?
has meaning.
Hours? Does he
Get
look new?
past you. What's
Or it
behind
look
you?
new?
The body doesn't necessarily look new. It looks like newer than the scrub bots you've been seeing.
Oh no.
Do you know who put your brain in that body? Or your yeah?
No,
do
I
you
did.
want to find out?
Do you know what their clearance was?
No.
Can I have a look at your brain?
Can I have a look at your brain?
Let me look at yours first.
I would like to look at yours first. Is your consciousness in your
asked-
brain?
Probably. I asked first.
Where else would it be?
Your consciousness could be distributed throughout your body.
That's also likely. Now, I'm not here to discuss metaphysics. I'm just. So your purpose is to keep. Your purpose is what exactly again?
My purpose is to not leave this room and to not let anyone go past me.
What is past you?
Past me is the door to the next room.
What if you turn around? Then it's in front of you.
Then we're behind. Then we're behind.
And then we're
The
past
robot.
you, and we shouldn't be there, so we should really go in front of you.
Yeah.
Take perversity for that? That's very good.
Oh,
And that's enough to convince Chasm.
no. Oh, nice.
Like, that works.
Wow.
Oh, I wanted to look at its brain.
I'm so good at this.
Yes.
So you're saying as long as we don't get behind it, we're fine?
Oh,
Or go behind it again.
I don't know, but I'm gonna stop being past it. I'm gonna take my trash bucket of paper and go on through.
Okay, let me draw some more rooms on this map.
How sturdy does Kaz look like?
Cass looks pretty sturdy.
Okay. Just realized I have a better chance of succeeding by punching it than hitting it with a hammer.
I have your hammer. Hey,
Sorry, it's your hammer.
my
Made
hammer
that
now.
clear.
Contraband.
Yeah. And you know what? You can take my chips, and you can take my B3 tastes like orange, which I'm not sure what it is.
It's
drink-
bouncy
it's
bubble
okay.
beverage.
Oh,
You keep your chapstick and your chips and your B3. I'm good with just the hammer.
what chapstick?
No chapstick. Do you have chapstick? You're
I
not
don't
allowed to
have
That's
chapstick.
terrible.
Of course I wouldn't have chapstick. That's treasonous.
Yes.
Too
But why
late
would
now.
you
This
say that
hammer.
I have? Why would you say I have chapstick?
Why would I say you have a hammer? Oh, you don't have a hammer. I have a
Yeah,
hammer. I
exactly.
must have
That's
been
another
mistaken.
I'm Sunny is just
How
like
did you
looking
know?
between the two of them, making sure, waiting for Hex just to whack Brando with a hammer and just kind of like backing away, going toward Rook.
I'm just like gesturing with it, like I've forgotten it's there. Just like, what hammer? I don't have a hammer.
How
I
did
wave
you
with this bony hand that I
know?
got.
We're going to go over here, you two.
Okay.
So no answers then. You're just going to apparently know what I have on me and not answer that question then?
What? You don't have anything on you. You just told me you don't have chapstick or algae chips or B3, and you don't have a hammer anymore.
Wait,
so
you have food
don't
on
have
you?
Anything.
I just took out the chips and drink and gave it to Hex. So
No, I didn't take it.
I take it.
okay,
I'm taking it. There's no other food down here.
you should have eaten while we were in the cafeteria.
That food's dreadful.
That food
Alright.
is delicious and
It
moist.
is dreadful.
And
You know
sustaining.
it's dreadful.
I actually quite like Silent Red.
Fine.
It speaks to me on a certain something.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. We're down here, just completely complicit in this treasonous activity. Hex here knows everything that apparently I'm carrying on me and won't say
You're not
how.
carrying anything.
Well, if you're gonna break rules, break the big rules.
Ooh.
I thought she just eats chips.
No, give me back my chips. Take them back from you. Just shove them in my face.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
abandoning all semblance of civility. Oh, and they're delicious. Of course
Aren't
they're
they?
delicious.
Life is short, nothing matters. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
They're deliciously treasonous.
Mm.
Oh, why have I been dragged into this?
Because it's miserable. You know, we're free.
Because you had a
Free.
hammer. It's karma.
How did you know I had a hammer?
You don't have a hammer. I have a hammer. Are you confused?
Are you unaware of how tenses work in language?
I'm not tense. I'm very relaxed.
Sonny looks
I
at
don't
the
know if
robot and it's like, maybe we should do this away from that.
I don't know if you're an idiot or a genius.
I am one with the harmony of the cosmos, man.
Hey, Cass,
Woman,
do
human.
you want to
Huh?
go places? Do you want to leave this room?
Chasm says, "What defines this room?"
Do you want to do something new?
There's nothing new under the sun.
I'm
What
just gonna
about
start
something you haven't seen
heading in
before?
I'm just gonna start walking in a direction.
Yeah, I will follow after Hex.
Where are we going? Are you guys done having your little cat fight?
Yeah.
I think we've
Hope so.
society is broken down finally. So
Yeah. Brando is, yeah,
Yep.
he's given up. There he
Give him a
goes.
pat on the shoulder.
Join us in hell.
It took 20 minutes of no longer being under under computer surveillance.
I'm just like walking in a seemingly random direction.
Okay, so
Or we can go through this door that
Let's go through
Cass-
this cool door.
We're going through the door that was behind the robot, no longer is.
Yeah.
all right. So you enter this room. This is room 4. It's full of these narrow walkways that are hanging over a deep pit. Can't see anything down there. It's very dark. The walls are made of concrete, and they go up and up and up. And
Can you ping where we are on the map? Just because
yeah,
my directional sense is
can.
bad.
sorry.
Yep.
It's okay. I'm bad at orienteering.
Sorry. Let me ping.
Oh,
I think we all are. It's not a skill after all.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
There we
Okay,
go.
we're in there. All right.
Thank you.
Cool. Uh-oh.
Yes, this is 4. This is 3. This is
Alrighty.
2. This is 1. This is 5, 6, and
Okay.
7.
So 3 was the crate room, or
Yep,
4
3 was the crate
yeah,
room.
and we've gone. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you now.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's like weird growling mechanical sound coming from deep in the chasm.
You know, I don't have anything left to lose at this point.
I do.
I'm already carrying human remains.
Uh-huh.
You may have died once, but I'm still here and relatively healthy.
Maybe you should die too. It gives you an astonishing sense of
Or don't die.
courage.
Don't die.
And
because
I
you'll
just
you'll
lift
be a
the hammer
traitor.
like optimistically. I lift the hammer like
I can recommend death.
I mean,
just like wiggling it next to Brandon's head, like yes, no,
Oh my god.
yes,
no, don't.
no.
We need
Okay.
him. We need him.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
Well,
going
at least
to.
I feel needed.
I'm going to take one of my papers that I have in the trash can, and I am going to take out my lovely lighter and
Oh.
set it on fire and throw it down the pit to see how far it goes.
It just keeps falling.
Okay, let's not fall down there.
Okay, let's get. That's not way out, I guess, huh?
Can I bury a lighter?
No, I need it.
Do you need to light something else on fire?
No.
You had a lighter.
Yeah.
Have a lighter.
Okay. Next
They're
room.
very nice.
Yeah, what is the room that you are going to?
You're lucky that we're in a state of
I'm-
mutually assured destruction
Yeah.
between all
I'm
of us.
heading down. Like, hold on.
Let's go to
Sorry.
5.
This
5.
this way.
Okay.
You-
You open the door to 5 and it's just a big drop. There's no walkways in there.
Hmm.
I immediately close the door and turn around.
Okay.
I'm going this way.
Let's see what's behind door number 6.
Yep. So on the door to room number 6, there's a sign that says, "Beware, here be monsters."
I immediately open the door.
Okay.
All right.
Can I ask what counts as a hand weapon or field weapon?
Hand weapon.
Let me
Is
see.
that just punching?
The skull.
No, that's not punching is unarmed.
Oh.
Do I have anything?
Basically, my special hidden item. What kind of weapon is that?
Hell yeah.
Hand. Let's see. Violent skills. Hand
Mhm.
weapons are hitting someone with a sword or a truncheon or any other.
Hammer?
Please tell me you have a sword.
God,
Does a
that
hammer
would be
count?
so badass.
Hammers count as hand weapons.
Yay! This is mine now.
Okay. Where are you looking?
What
Yes,
is
that
the-
would
the
Rook. That would be a hand weapon.
Okay, cool.
what is the first thing on my assigned equipment list? Because the last word in it is confusing me.
Oh, that's just like the shell of a laser pistol without any ammunition.
Okay.
Oh,
Useful, I guess.
Whoops.
okay.
Okay. So Hex has opened the door to room number 6. Has the same kinds of walkways that room number 4 does, and that room number 5 was conspicuously lacking. It is again very, very bottomless pit underneath those walkways.
Ooh.
Ugh.
God, it would be so easy to murder someone here.
I just moved slightly closer to Brando.
Mhm. He has no. I mean, Rook has no fear of death anymore. So.
I just look back.
I'm
toward
not
Hex.
sure Hex cares.
I don't think I ever had a fear of death.
So this door says, "Here be monsters."
Yep.
Or
It's a weird sign.
that is a
Yeah,
weird
this-
sign.
I mean,
I'm
Yep.
just walking on going,
The door
here,
here.
monster, monster,
Well,
monster.
Hex has the weapon, so they can go first. Of course.
You hear a growling noise from beneath you.
oh, okay.
Are you a
Directly beneath us,
spork
or
eating
far
monster?
beneath us.
Wait, do we sell the sporks? Can we poison it?
I believe I set down the sporks back in Kaz's room.
Yes, you can't.
Wow,
You
you
can
were
fit
the
them back
Kaz-
up.
spork carrier.
Kaz has a. Well,
Kaz
That
has
is-
sporks now.
I mean, that's the lowest treason that's happening right now. So. most minor.
You abandoned the sporks? You're the monster.
I was in the middle of an existential crisis and still am.
The spork could have
There you
poisoned
go.
you.
If you're going to, they probably have just shirt covered in spork spores.
Okay, then strip. We need your shirt.
No. For what? We
There's
can
no.
go back and just open the door, and we can face whatever terrible thing is
I
behind
already
us.
opened it. I opened it the minute I said
Oh, it's
monster.
Oh yeah, we're in the room
It's
and there's
just
some
open.
left below us.
Yep.
We're dealing with whatever terrors in here
I'm gonna
now.
throw another flaming paper ball down. Does anything catch fire?
You hear a similar but deeper groan
Oh.
/ scream.
Should I set the whole trash can on fire and throw it down? What are your guys'
Do it.
thoughts on
We might need that later.
that? Okay, so I've got one do it. I've got one we might need it later for something less. I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna do it yet. Because it probably wouldn't take care of whatever's down there anyway.
Well, if it's so far down there, I don't think we really have to worry about it unless it has long-range laser weaponry.
Well, now that you've said that, it probably does.
Of course.
Or
it
maybe it just has really, really, really long arms.
Hmm.
What if it's a squid?
Those are all bad. Let's get going.
I like calamari.
There's another growl. This one sounds louder and closer.
Oh, we should leave.
We should get out of here.
Let's run. Let's run across.
Then move.
Okay,
Go.
let's go.
Go. Yep.
I wait until someone has gone and then I go.
But you were the one in
I
front
run
that had the
and you
hammer.
Shh, stop moving.
You know, Sunny's just gonna run. Sunny's had enough.
Yeah. We're gonna scoot along.
Yep. There's no regulations anymore.
So we're just
Okay.
running across the walkway.
Yep.
Like very, very, very the fellowship in Khazad-dûm.
Mhm.
Except
I am in the
Trash
middle.
can.
I'm not at the beginning. I am not at the end.
with the hammer,
I'm dragging you along with me. I think I'm in the beginning.
Okay, then I'm just behind Rook.
whatever way, as long as we're moving.
All right. So just having to like rearrange this whole map as
What
we
happened?
go this way. It's fine.
God, we're so close.
Okay. There we go. Because I need to put some letters on this map.
Oh boy.
These letters are too big. I mean, these letters are too big.
Sweet.
Okay.
This is an excellent game, by the way. Thank you so
This was
much.
awesome fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Just,
gonna
like,
have a blast.
Getting the whole like collapse of civilization like less than like a couple hours. It's wonderful.
Yep.
I believe society is going to end over sporks.
Okay, so you enter room 7, and there are so many crates with so many sporks.
Yay!
what
I
is
just hold my hammer
this?
up like, yay!
That's my hammer.
My hammer. You don't have a
Uh-oh.
hammer. You don't have anything, remember?
Oh wow. Oh,
There-
that's how it
Chips.
is.
I had chips and then I ate them. Now I regret it.
There are also in the corner that's at A. At A, there are dozens and dozens of cryogenic tubes covered in
Oh.
ice and moisture.
Oh,
Some
I'm
of
going to go over and tap on the glass.
Yes, they contain frozen people in weirdly old-fashioned jumpsuits with expressions of alarm and terror on their faces.
Cool.
Oh boy.
I
Is
think
there-
that's pretty standard for cryogenic tubes, honestly.
Several of these have recently been opened, and there are you don't see the bodies that you presume were in there. But you do see the corpses of 6 technicians wearing jumpsuits that look very much like yours. And their heads are broken open and their brains are missing.
Oh, we were playing D&D all along. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Oh no.
I've seen this
I
before.
didn't know.
Oh my
Unarmed.
god.
We're
Can I
unarmed.
take their name tags and ME
I've
chips?
got a hammer.
You have.
You can take their name tags and ME chips.
Okay. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna like hide mine and use the other person's. Who have I grabbed? What's my new name?
Oh, what's your name?
Your new name is. Let me.
You know what? Let's all start new. Let's start off new. Let's do new names.
I'm gonna look at one of the caved in brains and be like, oh, Cousin would have loved this.
All right. Your new name is Dan R.
Dan.
That's not as cool as Rook.
Are we all picking up ME chips or is it just Rook? What are we doing?
I mean, do you guys want to change
Um,
identities?
I'm sweating bullets looking out to see if whatever did this
Yeah.
still around.
Are there any
I'm-
computer terminals?
Hmm?
Are there any computer terminals?
You don't see any in this room.
Damn it.
Damn. Yeah. Same.
I'm gonna steel myself and like kneel down at one of the bodies and kind of check out the wound. Like,
Mhm.
what looks like? What does it look like happened here exactly?
Blunt force trauma, brain remove.
Okay.
All right. All right. So that's better than this inhaling the spores and have something burst out of your brain. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Could Chasm have done this?
It didn't leave its room.
But he did want to see your brains.
I asked him first, though. I asked him first.
That's.
about it.
Did you do this?
Why would I want to see someone else's brain? I just wanted to have a look at its code.
They were here the whole time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, the hammer.
I only just got this. I don't know where from. I don't even know that I have it.
So what we know is that these sporks are old.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps not trying to poison somebody, but trying to profit off this very, very old. Oh God, I'm gonna just straight up have a panic attack in here.
How old do these bodies that have the same jumpsuits we are? How old do they look?
Maybe like an hour or two.
Is there an open crate
Oh.
of sporks?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna see if these sporks disintegrate, and I'm gonna run and Scrooge McDuck into the crate.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You just see Sunny go like this with like.
Life is futile. I give Hex a salute as they go.
They just sort of disintegrate into spores.
There is an
Makeup.
Oh no!
Makeup, medicine, or wetware check of some kind.
I'm gonna give, can I give Hex my point?
Hold on. Do I
Yes.
use perversity
Yeah.
before or after I roll? Because I'm
You
not
can
used
use
to
it.
perversity one.
Either way.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna roll medical.
Okay, we'll see.
Ah, I got a
Oh,
one.
thank God. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
You're strangely all right. You don't see what the big deal was with Rook.
I just get up and go. Yeah, these are shit as well.
Oh.
Just see like.
Well,
Sunny
at
still
least
has,
we'll
like,
find
the-
out if. Yeah, holding that moist towelette that I had from earlier.
Yeah, just like.
I'm gonna
got it.
put my hands up.
Still got a bit of cold fun on it.
Bit of food we have left is a
Well, at
I
least
just
we'll-
climb out of the crate like, yep, nope, these are terrible.
All right.
Well, at least we'll find out if it can poison you through your skin. Oh,
These people weren't dead.
Yeah.
That long ago.
You hear
Well.
a scrabbling.
Oh boy.
At the, not at the
somebody's
door you came through, but at a door over past the crates.
Somebody's rearranging letter tiles over there.
No.
still
Take
have my hammer.
perversity. It was hilarious.
Okay, let's Can I do surveillance and look around for
hammer.
whatever the hell is making that noise?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So you can't see anybody in this room, but you do see the door behind which this noise is coming from.
Do we want to close that door or do we want to see what's behind there?
I mean,
Either way,
Open it.
I'm not going back.
Hex, you have the hammer, go do it.
Yes, you have the hammer. You're the only.
Yes, let
Weapon.
Hex do it.
Since when do you need a hammer to open a door?
Since there's something behind it that might want to eat your brain.
Since when did you need to dive into the crates to see if the sporks were bad or not?
I'm being thorough.
Okay, so do you open this? Do you open the door?
Yeah, obviously.
All right, let me see. What's the description? Okay. So you open the door, and behind the door are a horde of techno zombies, much like Joe, who was in the cafeteria during the riot.
Oh.
Oh. I'm gonna back away while holding my hammer.
Can you
Roll
close the
agility
door?
to not get grabbed.
Okay, my agility is shit. This should be
Oh.
fun. Yes, that was fun.
That was a critical
Goodness.
failure.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
It's
I
hard to
got
fail harder than that.
grabbed.
Holy.
Yeah. You get yanked by the one closest to you, who you recognize as looking a lot like Rook.
Oh.
Rook, why are you doing this
Oh.
to me? Why? Why?
Oh no.
And get pulled back into the crowd where you are torn apart. I'm not going to describe that in any more detail.
No.
I
Okay.
can't believe my own dead body betrayed you.
I can't believe your own dead body betrayed me.
Do we see this?
Uh-huh.
Do I see that
Alright.
that's my corpse?
Yep.
Damn, I look
So-
handsome.
Rick, you're muted.
That's right. We're talking full on zombie
Mhm.
mode right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons
Oh
gone.
boy.
Am I on my second clone now?
Yes, mark off one clone. However,
Where is this
your
clone?
second clone is up in the above plex.
I just come to it and I'm like, do I still have my hammer?
No, your hammer is down in the underplex.
I start making the journey down.
How long is it going to take for Hex to come back?
Like 15 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
that's how.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of blood.
Sunny
Somebody
is,
pick up my hammer. Somebody.
Sunny's not. Sunny freaks out,
Mm-hmm.
but Sunny freaks out by lighting as many of the things in front of her on fire.
All
Oh.
right. Just
You want my trash can?
I don't think that's gonna be necessary.
turns out these sporks are super combustible.
Oh no.
Well, of course they are. Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
What is going on? Why is there so much fire again?
She looks.
Wait, it was you.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted for the time being. So are these things like coming after us now?
Yep. Sure are.
How fast are they?
Right now they're moving at walking speed.
What's my agility like? How confident am I in
I
this?
want to hold out my hand and try to call the hammer toward me.
Are you?
Okay,
Oh,
I would
please,
like-
Are you?
You to make a roll.
Are you? Are you telekinetic?
What kind of roll? Just a
1d20.
Just a d20. All right.
Yeah, you call the hammer to you. It's very Thor-like.
We're just bad superhero. We're just bad.
You're just terrible, terrible superheroes.
In
I
for
just-
a credit, in for a bucket of cold.
Credits.
Yeah.
Sunny just looks at you and just kind of like, okay.
Remember, if this gets out, you're all going down with me.
Rook,
I think we're
Nods.
all ride and die for each other at this point.
Yeah, like, and then like, Sunny looks at Rook and just waits for him to do something.
Okay,
Right,
well, I
right.
was gonna try and be badass, but
What's your special power?
Yeah, what's your?
what's my special power?
Yeah, that's what she's waiting for. It's just like, what cool thing have you been hiding?
What are you waiting for? For something awesome to happen, I guess.
So we're staying in this fire room.
yeah. So
I've just got the hammer ready to go. So
Okay.
yep.
Is there
So
another door?
there's a lot of fire. Zombies are coming at you. They don't seem to be super deterred. Some of them are just kind of being set on fire as they walk through this maze of sporks.
They're not being. Oh, that's
Is there
bad.
are there like blobs of burning spork on the ground?
Yes.
Can I can I take out my crowbar and like baseball bat it at some of the zombies?
Hell yes.
Yes.
Hell yes. That's a projectile.
This is yes.
Can I
My God.
can I justify it as being a hand weapon since I'm using the crowbar?
Yeah. Sure. I'll let you use it as a hand weapon.
Thank you.
So good.
That
Well,
did
well,
not-
we're
That's a
learning here is
minus
that
4.
Rick was on his dormitory lacrosse team. And is very handy with this sort of thing.
No, Rook, you kind of pick up your crowbar and you miss the ball of burning spork entirely, and you just crowbar open another crate of sporks, which is now also lit on fire.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of there.
Brando just has this long distance stare as he thinks back to the cafeteria. It's happening again.
Again, except it's exactly happening again.
Okay, can I start running like down the room? Because I assume like what's at B?
B is where all the sporks are.
Okay, so A is the cryogenics.
Yep, A is cryogenics.
Okay, is there anything beyond the sporks?
No, it's just more sporks.
Okay, I don't feel like dealing with all these zombies. Found my dead body.
What if we headed back to the catwalk and threw them off
Yeah, or at
Did we
least to the
still want my
robot.
or
corpse?
something?
Where
Look at
am
a
I?
robot.
About in my journey down into the underplex. I'm moving at like a brisk walk, you know, like power walking.
You're in the
Regulation.
elevator. Like the elevator is almost at the bottom.
Okay. I'm gonna run back to the catwalk. I'm gonna
Mhm.
point at Sunny, and I'm gonna yell, "We're best friends now. Let's go!"
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it behind him and just wait. Let's how sturdy does this catwalk look?
It looks rickety. This is the room with the loud noise and the beware here be monster sign. So it's
Everyone, yes, everyone back up. Let's get to the other door that's more secure than this.
Yes.
Oh,
She-
I'm going
she
to have
runs.
a headache in the morning after this.
Mhm.
I'm going to wait. Are the zombies still following us?
Yep.
How many are there?
Tens.
Tens? As they start, as we're like over here by like the doorway, as they start getting onto the catwalk, I'm going to try to tear the far end of the catwalk down with my telekinesis.
Hell yes. Please
This
give
is
me
good.
a roll.
Yes. Oh my God. So cool.
Oh,
So cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Just
Oh
Yep.
my God. Yes.
Ooh.
crashing down. The zombies go with it.
Do the
You
other
hear-
zombies like follow after? Are they smart enough to stop at the ledge?
They are smart enough to stop, but they have no way of getting to you now. Because the pathway that goes from 7 to 4, this bridge is broken. It was broken by the people who reanimated the zombies, just in case of this sort of thing.
Brando, can I get a high five?
I'm right now, like his whole body is shaking and his eyes are bloodshot. He's got blood coming out of his nose.
Oh, no
me-
tissues.
Give me a moment.
Do I
Oh.
still have my moisten towelettes?
Yeah, no, they're like,
Did they
"Why do you
transfer?
need towelettes?"
Yeah,
Yes,
your moisten
okay.
towelettes transfer.
They're with me in the lift, the elevator.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You've got cloned moist towelettes.
Yeah, I'll high five Rook just so he's not hanging.
Thank you. You're a true friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. I'm gonna let Hex meet up with the rest of you. What room do you want to meet up in?
Let's meet up in 3.
3.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Hopefully we don't get blasted by coming in on the wrong end.
I mean, we can
No.
deal with this robot now.
We
Apparently,
just have
apparently,
Cass
like,
turn around again.
Yeah, you're good. Chasm is kind of seems surprised, as surprised as a robot can be to see you, and starts peppering you with questions again.
Can I
However,
look at your brain now? Can I look at your brain now?
If I touch Kaz, will I get attacked?
Hey, Kaz, Kaz, would you be willing to take a different order than what you have?
What
Rook,
order?
Rook, dead high five.
Yeah!
Oh,
Yeah!
Well, if I don't even know what those things are. If anything comes through that door and does not greet you, you should kill it. I think it's simple as that, really.
So you were switching my order from one door to another.
Basically.
Okay.
Well, that was
Can I look
easy.
at your brain
They're
now?
my favorite.
No.
Stop asking the robot to look at his brain. I think we've seen enough brains already.
yes.
This
Like,
is
only we didn't
different brain. This is
You probably-
inorganic brain.
This
We-
the robot's
we saw
helping
your
us.
kind of
brain.
brain.
The robot's helping
Ah,
us.
your brains, Hex. It's not something I want to see.
I saw my brain the minute I died. It was okay. It was like every other brain. Pink
We
and
need to
squishy.
report this. We
I
need
think
to
this is also
report
gonna
this
be
to
organic brain.
Yuri and whomever else.
Did
No,
you
we're
see
not
my
going
brain?
back.
Maybe there was a lot of blood.
There was. Yes,
you
there's
should
a lot of
have
blood.
you should have kept my brain. I would have liked to look at it.
It was a little hard. You were being torn
Zombie-
apart by whatever those things are.
The zombies
Do you
your
have
brain.
my hammer?
It's my hammer.
You didn't have a hammer. You told me you didn't have a hammer. You said you had nothing.
Well, now I have a hammer. Put
You
it
should
back
have
in my
Treason!
bag.
Traitor!
My-
Treasonous!
He should have the hammer.
What hammer?
I don't know what hammer you're speaking of.
Nope.
I think we're all on the same wavelength here, which
Yep.
is good.
I don't have a hammer. Do you have a hammer? Hammers are treasonous.
There are no
Y'all.
hammers here,
No hammers. There's no hammers. There's no
No.
chips.
Y'all,
y'all.
we are very close to the end of our session time, so I'm going to close out here.
Yeah.
The rest
I
of
was
the
trying to get us to go up there and
arguing.
record it.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend the rest of our time doing reflection instead. How did everybody enjoy themselves?
Oh my god, that was amazing.
That was so fun.
I
That
think
was
it got off to a rocky start, but I think it ended up really great in the
Yeah.
end.
I love the ability to be completely illogical.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That was really good.
So
That was
I will
really
never look at a moistened towelette in the same way again.
Oh, see someone peeking.
Oh.
Oh.
Throck, no throck.
Hi,
Throck,
Throck.
no throck.
Yeah, hey.
object
The
permanence.
confusing thing was that there were 2 Rook character sheets, so I wasn't sure which one was the right one.
Oh,
So I kept
Oh.
updating the information for
Oh,
both
the
of
dead.
them.
I was also getting confused because Rook is a lot close to my actual name.
Oh.
I should have
Uh,
warned you that I was gonna have this name.
That's no. See, yeah. If you told me, I would have changed my name ahead of time, and yeah.
How dare you, Kate?
that was fun.
That was so fun, though.
That was so fun.
That was a
Yeah, it was a
Let's
good
see.
time.
Who was the person who had my which one of you was part of Corporate Metal? No, Computer Freaks.
oh, that was Sunny.
Yeah. So my favorite part of the prep that I did for this
Mhm.
was so there's recognition signals for each of the secret societies,
Mm-hmm.
and the book lists socializing over AIM, Alpha Instant Messaging, and IRC, Infrared Chat. But since it is now 2018, I added in Discord, which is Disseminated Information Source concentrated for red drones. The O in 4 is capitalized.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
Which I was very proud of.
Okay, so
I'm
was
just happy I completed my secret society mission, if no one noticed.
Yep.
Well, apart from Rook, I completed mine. I feel very proud.
I waited for a moment and never saw it. Also, having played Everyone is John with these sort of things, I'm really bad at these sort of missions. So you were part of the? Were you part of the Mystics too?
I was in the Mystics.
Okay.
The first time you mentioned it, I went, huh?
Yeah, I was
think
trying
just
to.
got lost.
Yeah. No, I kind of showed my hand early there, and then when you like showed it late, I was like, oh, oh yeah, that's
I
red.
managed to put shit in the soil at red, which apparently makes you think you're underwater, because that's why I turned into a fish.
Oh.
Also, apparently, I had another mission that I failed to because I forgot to sniff some cleaning chemicals. Oh well. Sometimes you snort cleaning chemicals. Sometimes you pass up the chance.
Yeah. What you missed, the thing that you skipped was called Focus Group of the Damned, where you basically would give your pitch to people and then try to convince them these sporks are really good.
Oh.
So we're all very treasonous. So
We're all super treason, yeah.
I think I prefer the dead body search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like everyone's
It was so good. I just really love all the Matrix. There is no hammer talk. It's like, what hammer? You don't have a hammer. I don't have a hammer. That's my hammer. You didn't have a hammer.
I am transitioning in. Hello, everyone. So while we continue wrapping up, and everyone should feel free to shout themselves out. I wanted to open the next giveaway, which is going to be a shirt from So Nerdware Games. So Maddie Plays, also known as Maddie, streamer, thread raider, all sorts of amazing human being stuff, has also created a inclusion-oriented t-shirt and other stuff shop, and has kindly donated 9 t-shirts of your choice from So Nerdware Games. www.sonerdware.com. Yeah, from that link that I just put in the chat. So I'm going to open up the giveaway right now, and the keyword is ! Hot fun. Hot fun. So it's going to be open for the next 10 minutes. At the end of that 10 minutes, it'll be closed. So if you would like a free t-shirt from So Nerdware Games, or So Nerdware, not So Nerdware Games, So Nerdware, type ! Hot fun, and now I'm going to shut up and let you guys finish wrapping up.
Okay. The last thing is the complex utensil spork pitch is complex utensil sporks considered adequate for use in alpha complex commissary since year 164 of the computer. They're sporky.
We were never going to beat that. It was impossible to beat that.
I think we had a good chance with put Spurk in your mouth. I think we had a good chance.
Pretty good.
I wonder what would have happened if we actually managed to convince Yuri that Myron was a traitor.
Well, Yuri already knows that Myron is a traitor. Yuri just wants more evidence.
Of course.
My body have been evidence?
Well, not now that it's a zombie.
Not any. I guess I gotta make another one.
It's okay. We went back through the room with Kazim,
Yeah.
so you could just eat some more sporks.
Yeah, I've just
Yeah.
got the big box of sporks back there.
I'll just
I
drop
mean-
dead in front of Yuri this time. No
Oh
confusion.
no. It's not so
Just be
bad.
like, look, evidence. Oh no.
Yep.
On a more personal note, I want to thank O the Dell and the Alphabet, who are friends slash viewers of mine. They donated like a combined $50, and I really appreciate it, you guys. Thanks for coming out and supporting this great charity.
Hey.
You're muted apparently.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I was totally muted because I
That
was
was a
trying to be
really good
polite.
speech.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That was
All
pretty
right.
good.
So let me start that over by saying that we made $140 in this 4 hours, and that's huge and amazing. This money is all going. Anybody who clicked that donate button, their money is going directly to Trans Lifeline, which is a charity that provides micro grants to folks going through transition for things like changing the names on their birth certificates or updating their medical records and all that intense stuff that goes along with that process. And they also have I just lost it, a crisis line staffed by members of the trans community for members to the trans community, and that's what this 36 hours is all about. It's about providing support to a community that's very close to our heart and comprises a large part of our community here at Welcome to the Party as well. So I wanted to thank all 5 of you for that amazing game of Paranoia. As we begin our transition into our 8 p.m. game, I wanted to thank our donors real quick during the 4 to 8 p.m. slot. There's Captain J. Cross, Dapper Dove, Ludicrous Limes, Matthias, O the Dell, Slam B, Mimic Samachan, and the Alphabet all donated to Trans Lifeline. Thank you so much for your support for this cause that's close to us. And with that, I think, unless there's any parting thoughts, would everybody introduce yourself again and give yourself a shout out? Let's do that. We'll start with Occasional L because you were the amazing DM.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elle. You can find me on Twitter at occasional_L. Tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Masks for Roll for Change at twitch.tv/roll4change. We're raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. That's starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm running a Dungeon World game at twitch.tv/harpydora, 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays, and I'm in Grant Ellis's Invisible Sun game. Grant Ellis is actually DMing next. I'm in his Monday bi-weekly game, 9 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/off_the table. Anything else I'm in or doing is going to be on my Twitter.
Yay! Shakespeare. I don't know why I said Shakespeare, but
I'm Shakespeare. You can find me at Shakespeare on Twitter and Instagram. I'm in the Welcome to the Party, New to the Party game on Monday nights, 6 p.m. EST, I think. And anything else I do will be on my Twitter.
yay! Oh, go ahead. Go. What else are we gonna say? I cut you off. Nothing?
No, that was
okay.
it. That was
Okay,
it.
sweet. Speedy Doggo.
Hey, I'm Speedy Doggo. I'm a writer and artist. I'm on Twitter and DeviantArt as Speedy Doggo, and my comic comes out on December 2nd.
You should put in chat. Do you put your link so we can? I don't have it. We should be able to shout you out. Because I want to be able to shout you out. Next up, while that's getting there, Flying Circus. Thank you so much for joining us.
Shauna, thank you very much. Shauna, Flying Cirrus on Twitter and Instagram. Mostly do art, and then on Saturdays I do play Hell's Rebels, a 5e conversion of Pathfinder thing on Power Square RPG's channel at 5:30s, and I do Waffle Talk, which airs on the which re-airs on the D&D channel on Thursdays at right before Trapped in the Birdcage, and we talk about dice camera action.
Yeah, that's yes. It's me. Yes. I'm a big fan. That's all. And then last but not least, Kitten Hugs. Rick.
Yeah, I am Rick, and I stream over at twitch.tv/thekittenhugs, and I'm also on Twitter, YouTube, same username. Wednesday, I got Towers of Dreams coming up, which is a long form 5e Eberron campaign. We're in like session 66 coming up. Really roleplay heavy, really friendly group if you want to tune in for that. And every Friday, not this Friday obviously, but every Friday I'm running Sharn Dragon Heist, which is the latest 5e adventure put in Eberron because I have an obsession and a problem. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. I'm just glad that I could take part in this and do a bit of good. Not always doing a lot of good in the world, and it's good to contribute in this way.
And
Yeah.
round of applause for our magnificent GM. That was amazing.
Oh yes, yeah, that was awesome.
This is so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yay! Thank you all so much for coming out. Our next game starts in just 7 minutes. I'm going to throw us over to the Be Right Back screen where there'll be some pretty music. Hang out. And we've got 3 minutes left on the giveaway. If you want a shirt from So Nerdware Games, type !HotFun, and we'll be right back. Wink.